Welcome to the original Next Level Gaming.
Oh, I've noticed that if you do a smiley face at the end of a sentence, it only shows a smiley face. It's not just our chat, it's any chat. It's another reason YouTube sucks. What's up, everybody? What's going on?
For that reason, we're leaving YouTube. A smiley face at the end of a sentence. The heck?
What is happening? It is Tuesday night, and that means it is another episode of the NLG Show, and a special one at that. A special one in many, many ways. First off, number 338. I cannot believe we are approaching 350, Peter. Can you believe this?
Oh, that's crazy.
8 years ago, man, we started this nonsense. And then 6 years ago, you came along. 5 years ago, Chris came along. And now we're about to make a big, giant change. And we've got an absolutely awesome guest on tonight. First time here on the NLG Show.
What's up, chat?
Goes by the name of LumpyPotatoX2. And I'm telling you, by the end of the night, if you've not hit his Rumble channel, you are going to want to, because Fridays are lit. Well, every day is lit when you're on, man, but Fridays especially, which is where I found you, actually. So, Lumpy, how are you doing, man? It's great to have you on.
We're good. Happy Tuesday, right? It's Tuesday?
It is Tuesday.
Okay, yeah, happy Tuesday. Sometimes I get mixed up with the days, and sometimes you have to go off your stream, right? It's like, when is that stream?
I'm with you. Oh.
But everything is well. Everything is good. I love seeing the growth. I love seeing a lot of familiar faces in your chat here that I see on my chat when I stream. That just means that the community is growing. So this is great all around. I appreciate you guys having me.
Absolutely. And it's funny because a lot of the folks that I met who have come over here and Silver Fox, I've met through their through your chats, and that has just spidered out. Uncle Pudge, Vapin, Fused, Hemp, who has been in almost every stream chat since I met him. I mean, it's been...
and by the way, little fun fact. I think Hemp got modded on the quartering.
Did
channel.
he really?
Yeah. So big ups to Hemp in chat. I believe he just got modded on the quartering. So that's huge.
Oh,
that's huge.
That is huge.
Helping Jeremy over there.
Wow, that's big. Cool. Yeah,
it's huge. That's a huge channel too.
It is a huge channel. No, not for nothing. We're not a big channel, but he's a mod here too. We.
Oh, see, look at that. But did you see? You see the community? Mm-hmm. You could see. I'm just saying, chat.
And look who. I mean, everybody's popping in now. We got Jamaz. How do you say it? Jamazq? Jomazq? Jom?
I just call him Joe. Him Joe. And Joe.
And he rolled in, Peter. He rolled in. I got to give that one. He rolled in early before we started.
Oh yeah, for the $1 Rumble bucks. Ooh, say that again. That's slower.
So he came in. He was here before we got started. Back from the Dead is here. Brother Hemp is here. The GeekStorian, brother Nick is here. And hey, man, shout and prayers to brother Nick.
What's up, Planet?
Poor guy came down with the vid. So rest up, heal up. Thankfully, he said it's just like a bad cold and a high fever. But dude, rest up. So Sir X-Man is here in the chat. He's I guess he's in X. Did you make it to Chicago, brother? Let's see. Hemp, of course, is here, and he's throwing
Blink
down
once for
the
yes, blink
emotes.
2 for no.
He's throwing down the emotes, Hemp. And Planet Shan is here. Welcome, Sister Chan. And then down in YouTube, because they have to do it, just for tonight, Brother Big Block, End of an Era coming. Brother Driz, what are we talking about today? And Brother Jeff, End of an Era. So you guys got to get up. Now, Big Block's already up there. Driz is already up there. Jeff, we got to get you up there. It's crazy, man. It's the last show we're doing on YouTube. Now, we're not taking anything down. Everything's going to kind of
champagne, right?
We're popping the champagne. Oh, we are. and one of the reasons I'm glad you're here tonight is because when I got here and I brought the channel along, and you know, and I'm Peter, not as much, but Chris, who you'll meet in a little bit, we're kind of skeptical about moving platforms. You know, it's like YouTube's the big gun. You know, what's over there? Are we going to get exposure? Are we going to get, you know, how are we going to? What's going to happen? You know, and as we started to grow, and as we started to see the numbers, and the numbers almost immediately doubled, tripled, and now they're, I mean, literally quadrupling what we do on YouTube. Yeah. You know, we had first we were going to go till January 1st. And then last week we were having trouble even just getting the YouTube stream up, and Peter said, we can go to Thanksgiving.
Which I heard a lot, like recently, that a lot of people have been having a lot of quality issues on YouTube, like streaming and stuff like that.
You have to pay, because you have to pay for it now. If you want that nice bit rate, yeah, you got to pay for it.
Oh, so they get you regardless.
They get you regardless. So if Peter said, well, we can go to Thanksgiving, and he said, well, or we can go to Columbus Day, and I'm like, when's Columbus Day? And he said,
there you go. See, Columbus made that big voyage to the unknowns.
And he said, and I'm like, when's Columbus Day? Because I don't know. I'm Jewish. And he said, the 9th. I'm like, oh shit. Okay. So I guess this is it. So we it's been a long time that we've been there, but I gotta tell you, and you've been a big part of this. The welcome that we've gotten, our channel, me, and some of my friends like GeekStorian and such, and Back from the Dead, the welcome we've gotten here from, you know, guys like you that are already here, just energized me and energized us. Like it had been a while since we had done game streams, and and we were just doing the show, and all of a sudden I'm like, well, I'm streaming Thursday night. Peter and I are doing our multiplayer stream on Friday night again, which we hadn't done in a while. I'm like picking a weekend night every other Monday, and then the other Monday I'm on with GeekStorian on his Rumble channel. And just all of a sudden, I'm streaming more now than I ever have. And you guys have just energized me. Between you and, like, you were the second channel that I found. The first channel that I found was Silver Fox, and it was just because he was streaming at that point during the day, and he just popped up on the screen. I'm like, let me check this dude out, and I caught him raging.
Peep it out.
Yeah, I caught him raging on like Remnant 2 or something. And I'm like, oh, this is entertaining, and I started typing in the chat.
He definitely does that.
Yes.
It's a good time.
It is. I started typing in the chat, and all of a sudden he's like, hey man, what's going on? How you doing? Welcome. everybody else started typing in the chat, and I'm like, damn, this is great. And then
no,
go ahead.
no. I think that like you were saying, like when you switched over to Rumble, you saw an instant like in the chat, and like a lot of people have to understand like there is so much more activity within Rumble and its platform than YouTube or Twitch or any other platform. Like you go on there, like you'll have like what I call them ghost viewers, which you just have viewers there, but nobody's talking, nobody's interacting.
Yep.
And as a viewer, that's great. You know, as a content creator, you're like, great, I'm doing it. I got all my views. I'm getting my whatever. But what really matters is that interaction, because that's what kind of stems from all the growth. And you guys know it, being interactive with your chat. It's kind of, you could bounce off chat, and now that chat's more interactive, you could do so many things. So like 100 to 200 active people within a Rumble is like thousands on YouTube. In comparisons, because you have to understand the platform size and what itself, and for what it's worth, and how many are on actual Rumble. You can't take it like billions of people watching. You have to really take the real number. And if you got 100 to 200 people, or even 50 to 40, that's a lot of people for Rumble, and especially the gaming section.
Last night.
Yeah.
Last night I was doing a retro stream, playing some Dreamcast, right? And I said this to on Fox's chat today. I usually try to go from like 10:15 p.m. to like 1, right? That's about it. I've been going to like 1:32 a.m. because I get to 1 o'clock and there's still 25, 30 people watching. I'm like, how in the hell is this happening at 1 a.m.?
Yeah.
And it's not just that they're watching, they're chatting.
Yep.
And they're interacting. And I'm like, I can't stop the stream now. So
you keep going.
2 a.m. And I'm like, all right, guys, I've really got to go.
Quick shout out to Joe Maskew for the Rumble box. He put a bunch of emojis down there, and I see the Rumble emoji and some other ones.
Some other ones. And brother, go ahead. Got another one.
And
you guys.
And Hempy as well. We appreciate it.
Yeah,
all the lurkers.
It's definitely a different experience. Like I was telling you, like when I started, I think we're going on 6 months now with Rumble myself. And when I started on Rumble, it was just like a group of us. I want to say like a bunch of us, and it was like one category on one page. And like the page, how it refreshed, you had to like pray, and somebody was like right there at the right moment. Until we like kind of banded together and started to like suggest changes, I should say. Like, the category thing was a huge thing for us as part of the gaming, because it could keep us all in one area, but easy to be found. You can jump from this game to this game without having to do anything crazy. But I think like you were saying before, when you were saying that people are like a little hesitant to switching over to Rumble, and I get that, because they hear Rumble, they know about politics. Listen, everybody's heard a lot of stuff about Rumble, right? About the different shows on there, but that's why we're here, to show you that there's other stuff than just that on Rumble. Rumble is a platform in itself, and it has great shows and great talking points. But then you have this gaming section, which is coming alive like rapidly. I don't know if you guys see it, but I see new faces every day streaming now.
Yes, and I'm not trying to take specific credit for a lot of this, but a few folks who have seen us succeed on here are coming now over. So
and that's incredible. That's like, I kudos to you, to you guys for having this show and this platform to show them that like the different variety of content that's available out there. And you also have to understand something too, is that Rumble's big on like TV apps. So a lot of people use the Rumble app on like the smart TVs. I don't know if you ever used those apps before, if you have it preloaded on like Roku or your Fire Stick. But people actually use that. And now, since they're starting to do those quality of life updates, you're going to be able to get discovered easier when someone's flipping through the channel or the channels from the app, from the TV.
Oh, definitely.
Which is going to be cool.
And look at all these categories. I mean, they're adding these hand over fist now.
Yeah.
Look, Peter, there's an Exoprimal. for next time we do that. I mean, look, there's Forza for when we're ready to roll out Forza Motorsport next week.
And the best thing is that they're listening to us. So as we're starting to stream and they start to see different streams, like Sea of Thieves was one that we brought together, and all of a sudden they were like, okay, we're gonna add Sea of Thieves to the category. So they're like listening and watching the streams to see what's popular. Of course, it's really hard to have like every single game on there. You know, there's just so many games. You know, somebody said in my chat one time that if there could be ability that somebody could make their own category, but you also got to understand how people could export that as well.
Well, and you can.
And then you have like a whole bunch of variances and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So I like the structure they have and let them filter out as much as possible. You know, to make it as clean as they can.
And what I did tell Rick, and shout out to Rick Rosalia. That man works tirelessly along with guys like us and you and Fox and and he listens. If you don't think they listen, this guy, I remember the first time I interacted with him and I said, hey, you should put this category in, and it was retro gaming. I said, dude, you need a retro gaming category. And he tweeted back the next day and he said, done. And I'm like, are you kidding? And I looked and there it is. He goes, dude, it's my job to listen. And that's when I realized that this was a platform that gamers need to take a look at. Because you're right. I mean, you look at the front page, and yes, it is. It's all the kind of conservative commentators that honestly got kicked off YouTube for just saying what's on their mind. They came here, and that's the stigma that they have. I've had a couple of people, already, oh, I'm not going to go over to your channel because it's, I'm not going over to conservative YouTube. And I'm like, well, okay, fine. But I'll take this over dumpster fire YouTube any day. And if, by the way, you could just go to the gaming category. It's not just gaming at this point. They are.
And talking about those gaming
there's
categories,
a lot more.
Joe Maskew with the $1 rum box, he says, and the graphics for the titles look great. And they sure do.
Yes, they do. Oh.
Yeah, stream looks great. Now you guys
and that's just it. This well, thank you. This was part. I'll tell you what's. And look, sports, viral, power slap. Podcast is the next thing that we got to get them to do in gaming, so that we can have some gaming podcast, because that's what we do on Tuesday nights. But there's a bunch of other stuff: vlogs, news, sports, game, science. There's
a
lot. There's a lot. Like they have a variety of different types of content.
Yeah, so you can get around just like we do. Trust me, if I didn't watch things or buy things based on a viewpoint I didn't agree with, I would be homeless and I would be unable to buy or watch or touch or do anything. So this is where it's a great place to be. It's very, and like I said, the community here is amazing, and that positivity that you bring, because like I said, Fortnite Friday was the second stream I ever watched, and I can't even remember why I jumped into it, but you were just my ball energy playing Fortnite, which I still haven't played yet.
You gotta play it. That's a good time.
I know. I may need to roll with you and just kind of stand behind you while you get everybody, and I'll just.
You might have to use his alternate tag.
Right. At this point, I don't know if I want my kids knowing I play Fortnite. They're like, Dad, that's so old
and
now.
And that's a great point that you pull up, because a lot of people have that same response. I see a lot. It's like people play Fortnite, they're like, it's a kid's game, or like, why are you playing Fortnite? But it's so much more than that, because honestly, if you put all the games out there, and you guys talk about games all the time, there is not a game. And honestly, we just did like the birthday, the six-year-old birthday of Fortnite. 6 years. This game has been around, and it's as popular as it's been. They basically beat their record this year with like 2.7 million all like online at one time from that last update that they had. I mean, that's huge, but in the gaming aspects, because we know games come and go as the player base dies, the game dies.
Yeah,
we've all had that happen before.
Oh yeah,
the good communities. You're like, oh man, this is so great, such a great game, but there was no player base, so the game just tanked.
I know, but Fortnite has survived a long day. And I do think
Welcome to
taking
the original next level gaming.
Yeah,
it works. Thank you, Bernie56. And there's the there it is.
Works.
Yes, I'm gonna have to put I think I'm gonna have to put a black outline around the name though. So, but that's awesome. Shout out to Vapin for that. So next thing I'll work on is the subscriber and the Rumble rant stuff. But again, I have very little creative ability, so I need some help. But just quick shouts out to folks that have popped in. I didn't get a chance to say hi yet to Sister Shan's in the chat. We got who else came in? Amish Zaku, brother Saku is here. Brother PJ is here. Have I missed Brother De Niro, and he's up in Rumble. See, he knows. He got on Rumble last week because he knew what was going on. And Kurt, he said, I just checked, couldn't find your channel. Kurt, scroll up the chat a little bit. HTK just put the link in there to where we are. What's up, King? Down in the down. There are a couple people down there. This is the thing. So this is what's crazy. We've seen this over the last, I'd say month, and this kind of solidified where we are. There are 31 people right now watching us on Rumble. 31.
Yeah.
There are 7.
Which is huge.
Yep. For us, yes. It's dropping a bucket for you, But for us,
no, I know 30 is still good.
Mr. 100, come on.
No,
your growth has been insane, dude.
I wish I got 100 on I would get 100 on like probably like a good solid like midday.
You are.
I don't know. It's been very rare. I'll be honest, but we have been touching the 50 to 60.
You have,
constantly.
and you do you need, but you get it consistently, and that's great. And we're gonna. It's part of what we're gonna. I haven't gotten that far yet, but it's kind of funny. I should have just put move to Rumble as the first topic because that's exactly where we went to.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's how our topics go.
It is. It
is in and out of order, or
not at all.
Not touched, and we introduce.
You remember
Seinfeld? As we go. But we got another Super Rumble for
Rumble rant.
Leonard Shen Rumble rant. I love
it.
linking art and gaming. People on YouTube don't get a connection. All the cool peeps are here.
Yes, and she's got some insanely good art. And in fact, there's a couple channels, folks, that if you are watching, I want you to click on right now. I want you to click on Planet Shan. I want you to follow her channel. I want you to click on Amish Zaku, and I want you to follow his channel. If you like Guitar Hero, man, that's your guy. And GeekStorian, definitely hook up with GeekStorian. If you like history, and of course we do Rumble, we do Retro Roots every other Monday, which is a great show. Back from the Dead 1 has a fantastic channel, especially if you're into Destiny and Destiny 2. That's your guy you want to talk to. There's so many great guys that have come over and have, Back from the Dead's one of our dear friends. He was on YouTube. And he's another one. He was messaging me the other day, Mike, I've grown, 20 followers in like a week. I'm getting 150, 200, views per video, and I'm over on YouTube and I get like 5. And I'm like, that's what's going on in this over here is that people are interested in the content. They just want good content, and I think where YouTube has gone wrong, and I don't think, I mean, I kind of typed this in your chat, but I'm just gonna light this up because it's what we're talking about.
Before you do,
Yes.
Ham for the $1. Good chat. He says, because I hate lists, I'm happy you went out of order.
So I've typed this kind of in your chat before as to kind of one of the genocide, or however you say it, to coming over to Rumble. Part of what YouTube's biggest issue is they, unless you make them a lot of money, they don't care about you. And
Correct.
I'm fine with that from a, if you well, I don't, number one, they bury you in their algorithm. That's part of the issue. But I have had over the last couple of years some serious harassment problems on YouTube, and it's around video games. Like, if you would not believe this. There's a company out there with folks that I'm really good friends with. You know, we've talked about old stuff before. You remember the company in television? It made a video game system back in the 80s, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that company is attempting to make a new system. And they made the mistake of trying to put this system out during COVID in California. So they've had a bit of an issue. And the system is kind of still in development. And now they're also working on a kind of a home version for mobile devices and things like that to kind of diversify what they're doing. We were one of the first of the few channels that, you know, I'm an old Intellivision fan. I'm 50 years old, so I remember these things. I got to be friends with the guy who kind of put this together. His name's Tommy Tallarico. He's an old video game composer that used to do video game music for Sega, for Virgin Mega Games, and like if you played Earthworm Jim, that's his music. And so we met him a couple years ago. I've gotten to be good friends with him. I've gotten to be good friends with the folks at that company, and I actually have a pilot unit that I've been testing for the company because as an old game journalist, that's what I used to do. So I've been actually playing this thing. It's still kind of still trying to get it out the door. There is a section of people on YouTube that hate this thing, that hate the people who are making it, and by proxy, hate anybody who likes it.
Gotcha.
So I always tell,
okay, I got your problem.
Yeah. So I always tell people that go, well, it can't be that bad, because you see like the Xbox and the PlayStation people go at it. And I'm like, dude, put my name in a YouTube search. Trust me. And they'll put my name in a YouTube search and come back and go, holy shit. That is, I mean, I've had some of the most vile content made about me. I've had content made about my kids, whose only crime was they like this system too. And we want it to come out. It hasn't yet. And it's just, we're still hanging on. So I've gotten harassed and bullied for a couple of years. And finally, when they started going after my kids, I went to YouTube, and YouTube didn't really seem to think that was an issue. So at that point, I was looking for alternatives, and a friend said, hey, try Rumble. And I'm like, I've heard of Rumble. That's where all the conservative commentators and stuff are going. I know that's where Bongino went. That's where Crowder went. I'm like, but do they do gaming? And he's like, they're starting to. And that was about the time that gaming was ramping up. And I got here, put a couple videos up, found Silver Fox, found you, and I'm like, let me try a couple streams. And that's when it kicked in. And people just have, like, again, people have just been so great here And
Yeah, the community is a huge part in it. I think that, and that's kind of like the main fundamentals is like if you have a solid community, and as you can see, it's starting to shape out pretty well because like you were saying before, like you start to see everybody, familiar faces, and like that's what you want. Like as a content creator, and being someone that has a channel, you want people to have interaction within your channel, to socialize with your channel, because honestly, it's like, then you feel like, all right, I'm kind of I'm doing all right. Like, like people are vibing out, people are having a good time. And that's kind of what you kind of get on here to do, is just to pause out the everyday life of the madness that's going on outside. And it's like, you could come here where everybody's just having great conversation, talking, vibing out, supporting each other, which mean a lot because it's contagious. I tell you, positivity is contagious. And I love it. I love it because I just want to keep it because we don't have enough of it.
you and I'm not gonna lie, man. My job is a bitch, and I love my job. I love my job, but it's IT. It can be a bear. Do sometimes coming into and I don't always get to see your stuff during, because you go during the day. I don't always get to hang out, but I make it an absolute priority to get into Fortnite Fridays, because the vibe that you have is just it lifts me up and motivates me, and that's what you're doing, and it's crazy.
Yeah. No, honestly, it's like I said, it's the community. Like you said, like you came from YouTube, right? Everybody knows you go to YouTube. Like if someone went to YouTube right now and started streaming, you would get washed out, or you would not be, like you would be on the struggle bus. Let's just be honest, right? Unless you had a crazy following that you brought with you. If you had none of that, because I came to Rumble, like Lumpy Potato was born and raised on Rumble. If you really want to look at it, like I didn't go to like any other platform. I didn't come from any platform. I didn't have any other following. I just, like, if you look at my first video, it's like Fortnite duos with no camera. And I was just like, let's just do it. And then from there, the community started building and everybody just started hanging out. And next thing you know, you start to see this person here and this person here. And then you're like, yo, why don't you go check out this? Or if you started seeing now, a lot of these guys are all playing together now. Like Rumble, like you could see people playing. Like I play with some people on the 7 Days to Die server or Sea of Thieves. And there's a lot more collabs coming on, which I feel like are amazing, because you could be like, oh, I'm a gamer and I want to play, or like, and I kind of want to give out streaming, and you play with one of these guys and it could be your break. And next thing you know, you have a channel going for yourself.
Yeah. Well, and there's stuff going on. Like I definitely want to play some Sea of Thieves with you. I've actually Katrina, Fox's wife, reached out to me and said, "So you want to play Fall Guys?" So I think Sunday night, like Sunday night, we're gonna play Fall Guys. I was gonna tell you, Peter. Sunday night, we're gonna play Fall Guys.
You know what I consider like Rumble, and it's like the gaming section is like the prime of gaming. When that feeling when you used to go to midnight releases, we all remember those, right? Mm-hmm. Where we used to go to the store at midnight. Like, you remember that feeling of gaming, or just being around friends and being like, dude, do you want to play this game with me tonight? It comes out tonight. You want to get on it? We're gonna get on it and start it. Like that excitement. That's the excitement we want back in gaming, because honestly, I miss that. I don't know if you know, I miss that. Now you get a game, it's like you got to pay $200 to get an extra 3 days for a game that doesn't work. Right?
For a broken game.
Listen, back then they gave you a CD and that was it. You had a CD and the update was like this marvelous thing. It was like 100 or 500 megabytes, and it was like the hugest thing. And it was like just a new map.
And that's if you got an update. When you had an older system, like the Dreamcast, that thing had to work, or you were sunk.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's so true.
All right, Silver Fox, what's up? What's going on, brother Foxy? He's bringing the mom jokes in already. But then,
and the good thing is, like, there's great humor on the platform too.
There is.
And that's what we miss in society, is that nice humor. People can actually be themselves and joke around and just have a good time. And there's no pressure. Nobody's worried about getting canceled. Nobody's worried about getting censored somehow, way, shape, or form. It's all just good spirits, like that's the best way to put it, I guess.
I would say so.
Yeah.
No, and Birdie56, welcome and thank you for the follow. Thank you for helping us test the follow thing. I do need to figure out how to move. I have to talk to Vapin. Somebody unfollow and refollow real quick, because I think the
oh, you're gonna wish you didn't do that. It's gonna go crazy, probably.
I think what happened. I think for whatever weird reason, the name is off centered. I don't know why. And by the way, let me bring this up because I want people to kind of see how well this will work.
Welcome to the original Next Level Gaming.
Yeah, see, I'm gonna have to put a black outline around that, so when we have a bright picture up, people can see the name.
Yeah.
I'll figure that out.
To the original
there we go.
Next Level Gaming.
Oh, now they're stacking up. You're right, I shouldn't have. I love you guys so much, and that's this is one of my
to the original Next Level Gaming.
See, that's the thing. That's what Silver was like. I had to turn mine off today. That's like sometimes, like honestly, I would turn mine off because, like, the feature's great. Vaping in them did a great job. Like, it works flawlessly. But of course, if you have people that will sit there and just unfollow, they'll sit there and just keep triggering.
Yeah.
And at first, it's funny. And then then you're just like,
to the original Next Level Gaming.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Techstone Damage. Well, you know what? I know who's watching and not chatting, because I know he was following us before. So Techstone Damage, get in this chat. Come on in here and hang out. You could see, and that's the other thing. These chats are so much better. And don't get me wrong. We've got some great people in the in our YouTube chat, and I'm glad, and I'm also humbled that many of them, like Anthem, brother Anthem, what's going on? Papa Pete, we got him, Peter. Papa Pete is now on Rumble.
Papa Pete's in a house.
And Anthem, see, our YouTube audio, our audience is coming over with us, and that's
there you go.
What's funny is these are the people we want, right? I want to leave behind the toxicity. I want to leave behind the bullshit.
Welcome.
These are the people that I want.
Next Level Gaming.
Nate's already.
And Nate is here. It's always great.
Oh no, Hemp.
Gaming with Hemp is now a monthly
There you
supporter.
go.
Oh my goodness, that is number
tight.
6. You guys, brother Hemp.
There you go.
Oh my goodness, that is number 6. And Lumpy, you're one of them.
Oh yes.
That was the other thing too. Rick was. When we got here, one of the things we do, we have locals, and we were using that as well for our kind of support, because to me, $5 a month, I didn't realize was what Twitch charges. I was like, why? I don't want to ask people for $5 a month for somebody who streams part-time, and we really weren't streaming as much as we are now. But I'm like, I don't want to, And then all of a sudden, Rick came into our show a couple weeks ago, said, man, this is great, and hit the subscribe button. I'm like, dude, you didn't have to do that. And then you came in. You were our second sub. And that was wild. GeekStorian did it while he was on our show 2 weeks ago. And he's like, yeah, let me just hit that. And then Back from the Dead, who was our 5th, we were streaming, we were playing a game, we were doing our Friday night multiplayer, and he's like, yeah, let me do that. It has blown me away. And part of what Rick said to me was, he was like, why are you having trouble asking for people to sub? Like, because I only stream a couple times a week, late at night for like 3 hours. He goes, so?
Yeah.
Like, but that, you know, I know people that are streaming 8, 9, 10 hours a day. You know, why would anybody? And he's like, well, what happens to the money? I said, it all goes back into the channel. We buy games to stream. We use it to upgrade our graphics. We use it. Every single penny goes back into the channel. He goes, so what's your problem? I'm like, and then he said, do you think your content is good? Yes. Then what's your problem? I'm like, okay. I mean, I don't know what I wasn't sure what else to say.
The thing
there.
about Rumble is that I like. Sorry, Peter, you had something?
No. Go ahead.
Is Rick? Rick is the like probably the only employee that is putting themselves out to the public as far as being transparent on what they're doing behind closed doors. So big ups to Rick and all the other Rumble employees. Because I'll be honest with you, there are a lot of you guys that like when I went to Rumble Studios, like the only thing that they do, like they work, and then on the other screen they have someone else's stream, from gaming to talk shows. So they're like watching this content. So I'm telling you right now, like you said, like you only do like night streams, but there's not enough content on Rumble right now for as many eyes as it has, and that's just the honest truth. There's not. So you could be at any time period of the day. Like you say, Michael, you go into 1 a.m., which you find me rarely doing that. But that's crazy, and you're still having that retention and that viewership. That just shows you there's just whatever slot you want to do, you're definitely gonna
there's an appetite. There's an appetite for it.
Yeah,
there
is.
That's the killer. And that's it's all been so motivating. And the merge, like the community merges, like like my community, your community, Silvers, like the communities are starting to merge. And as we start to get more and more creators and they start bringing their communities over, you start to see a trend. And I could say it now, and a lot of people can say it, is that in the last 3 weeks, the growth on Rumble has been exponentially, like crazy, like throughout the roof, from signups to whatever. Like things have been like crazy. It's just, and if you haven't seen it in the viewership too, or like new faces that are starting to discover and be like, oh wow, I'm new here. I didn't even know they had, like you said, Rumble had a gaming section. Right. That's what we're trying to put, is that, like, you know, I went to Rumble Studios and I streamed there and we played Fortnite, which was great. But the real mentality of why I was doing it was that stage has been broadcasted so many, you know, great, you know, shows on there, but none of them have been gaming. And I feel like nowadays gaming is very huge, even for like, you know, older people, myself, for the older generations. We grew up with gaming. That's kind of like something that we just adapted to. And it's just huge. And the fact that all these other platforms such as Twitch, Kick, YouTube are having all these sort of censorship issues, they're just driving creators away. And now creators are just like stuck being like, damn, where am I going to put my content? You know, now people are starting to force themselves into the whole TikTok streaming and all that other nonsense. But at least when you come to Rumble, you can just be authentic to yourself and not worry about your data, you know, being taken down because somebody has a fit about something you said about a point of view that you wanted to share with chat. And that's kind of big, because if you have a video that's getting thousands of views on it because of that such talk that you're having, that's, for a content creator, that's kind of your bread and butter, right? You kind of like, that's you want to grow from it, you want to get views from it, like that's kind of like your thing. And if a platform is able to take that away from you just because they feel like the point of view you're talking about in that video is questionable, that's when it's a problem, you know? And then you're like, I had such a great stream and now they took it down because
They said it was not in community guidelines.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I'll give you another one, and this was my most recent head shaker. So, every year there's a video game awards show that we live react to, and last year we did it like we always do, and 8 months later, we got pinged, we got copyright claimed for showing the Super Mario Brothers trailer because they showed it in the show.
Welcome to the original Next
Jeff!
Level Gaming.
Project Jeff is in the house.
He said, fine, I made a Rumble account, not into whatever conservative or other political commentary anywhere, just here for the gaming from NLG alone. Brother Jeff, I'm telling you, you can bypass all the political channels, stay in the gaming area, and there are so many good people to watch, like this man 100%. Over here, like us, like Silver Fox. And Anthium said, by the way, he's got to bounce. Have a great night, Anthium, but he did say, woo, Fortnite. You don't have that's and like just like you Mike, you got a new sub. I finally got knocked off the latest sub. I'm sorry, back. But I got to move that over. There's so and that's what I love about the growth here is that it's going to we're all in this kind of not holding pattern, but it's going to get to a point to where a lot of folks are going to show up, and when they do, we're all going to benefit from this.
Yeah, you also have to take into account that Rumble is very a startup size as far as staffing wise, and as far as like office structure, like real startup. Going against some of these tech giants, and a lot of people don't know that because they see such a great force behind Rumble. You must think like they have like such a big, huge, workforce behind them, but startup size, like it, and they're doing God's work. If you can't see all the sort of things they're doing on social media, sticking up for content creators and not trying to get censored and protecting and that sort of thing. A lot of people don't know that next year is going to be a big year for the United States because of the election, and there's going to be a lot of internet traffic. And the fact that Rumble has some rights to some of the debates, right? Mm-hmm. Not saying that that's a huge thing. Like, I want you to think, like I always say, the bigger picture, and a lot of people make fun of me for it, but hear me out. Is because as these shows start to bring in more people creating accounts, some of those people wander off in the website. They wander off like, oh, okay, I'm on Rumble now because I watched the new show. Now I'm kind of over it. I want to check what else they have on there. Bam. Right away, that's another person that could possibly come into my channel, and I could convince them, oh, by the way, oh, there's gaming on here? And next level, oh wow, they're having a talk show in here. I love this. I love this environment. I definitely want to let me follow them. And that's how it trickles down. And it has like, you start to open the door and be like, there's a gaming section here. Come hang out with us. It's a good time, And then people start showing up, and next thing you know, people start thinking like, wow, this is actually not so bad. But the fact is that it's like kind of shedding light on the section of the gaming within Rumble. That's the main part, like the main focus.
And we feel like we want to do our part in that as well.
No, 100%.
And be part of what helps grow that. I mean, I'm Peter will tell you, he probably gets sick of me talking about it sometimes. But I've been all in on this platform, and that's why we're leaving. I mean, this is where I want to concentrate, right? I don't want to. We were dual streaming for the people, not and you said something that was poignant the other day. Like, if you want to do it to make money and stuff like that, good luck. If that's what you feel you need to do, we were doing it to. Oh, crap! I haven't been checking the Discord. Is Chris, you ready? If Chris is coming in, I can bring it. Oh, he is ready. Okay. Cool. Hang on. Let me call Chris. Crap. Sorry, man.
Come on, chat. Let's.
Oh shit. Let me.
Good.
Okay, let me try this again the correct way. Jesus. I'm so professional. Hang on. Let me get Chris in here.
But you can't say you're the most professional YouTuber. It's not a. You know,
No, I'm not. Yeah,
Professional
I can't say that
rumbler.
anymore. That's right. Tech, you're talking to someone there. Hands time. Ah, what's up, 1A Gaming? Welcome. Colton, what's up, brother Colton? There's Chris. Hang on, let me. All right, now by the magic of OBS.
Now it crashes.
Nope. Oh, hang on though. That's right, because where there it is. Oops. Chris, what's up, man?
Yo,
Oh,
Mike, Peter, Lumpy Potato.
Hey, what's going on, Chris?
What's going on?
all right, now I got to get back to.
but you're able to make it, Chris.
Yes.
Okay,
Sorry
y'all
if you
keep-
were.
Got me worried for a minute.
Don't let me stop y'all. Y'all keep on going.
Oh no, we were just talking about. We were talking about the
Topic number 6.
yeah the
Three,
move to
I don't know.
Rumble
Still on
and
the intro.
well that and Rumble and the move
about
and
Rumble,
Wait, there's a list. I didn't get a list. What is this list?
well it's,
I didn't get a
it's-
list.
Yeah, I didn't even. So now I'm all right. Hold on. 1, 2. Yeah, our lists are more like suggestions and guidelines. No,
Yeah.
but and we were Chris, I was mentioning to Lumpy before you came on that when we were talking about getting over here. And by the way, Birdie 56 is Kurt Bradshaw. I just found that out, brother Kurt. You were kind of skeptical about moving over, rightfully so. It's a new platform that wasn't, it wasn't known for gaming at all.
Oh yeah.
So, but
Which is still the battle till today.
yeah, but I think we're all making that difference to kind of bring it in and try to get it moving. So, and this is definitely something like I'm showing. I've been waiting to see on the screen for you to dance. We haven't gotten to you dancing on the chair yet, but
Oh no, not yet, not yet.
not
It
yet.
should be coming.
So, yeah,
I don't know which one. If this is a Friday stream, it's
it's
for
a Friday.
sure.
It's definitely
Oh,
a
yeah.
Friday stream. So
Yeah.
there's going to be dancing at some point.
Oh yeah.
So
Friday ended.
yeah, and
Yeah, you
those
gotta bring
Friday
the
streams.
weekend with a nice energy.
Yeah.
Yes, love it. So that's right. One First Amendment right says it's known for gaming now, bruh. There you go.
100%. And
Ah,
that's
Batman.
That's huge. Is that like now people are starting to realize like Rumble has gaming now, and like one thing that I want it to be is noticed from like the developer standpoint, because there's a lot of programs that us content creators could take part in. Like let's say for instance content, like I got denied Epic partnership because I stream on Rumble, believe it or not. I meet every
saw
single
that.
requirement that's on their thing, but they did not accept me because I stream from Rumble. And that right there is like, okay, I get it, whatever, but that's still not going to stop me from keep trying to push and make it more, because as more people start hitting that threshold and those requirements, maybe more people will start submitting in and starting to realize, oh, wait a minute, there is a following on Rumble. We should start to look into that, instead of, like I said, a lot of people looking at Rumble for its political aspects and kind of that narrative, and not the gaming side of it, because I think it's very important that gamers and developers have that connection. And especially if you're a content creator that you want to come over to another platform, you shouldn't feel like, damn, I can't move out of YouTube or Twitch, because then my partnership with this developer that I'm making let's say revenue from, I'm going to lose that because of it.
And I wish I wish he was still there. When I saw that, I reached out to a friend of mine, Christian Allen, who at the time I thought was still at Epic. Unfortunately, Peter, I didn't realize he had gotten laid off from Epic.
Yeah, yeah.
But I
Recently,
was
or not that
Yeah,
even-
recently.
Yeah,
in
I
the,
think it was
latest,
recently. Yeah.
Yeah, they laid off 16% of their staff at Epic Games, and that 16% was involved in the battle royale portion of the game. And what's pretty sad is that Fortnite has now made it. I don't know if it's their direction that they are now focusing more on the creative aspect of it. You know, that Unreal Engine sort of make your own game within Fortnite sort of ability, because it's bringing them the more revenue, because I guess people are buying like V-Bucks and buying like upgrades. It's kind of like a Roblox, it's a Roblox 2.0. And I'm like, so what's happening to the battle royale? They're gonna get rid of it, but that's like the best part of the game.
Yeah,
it's like,
I don't know.
What are you gonna do in that aspect? But as business wise, I get it. If something's making more money, you then point in that direction. But it's like you're gonna lose a lot of player base.
And I'm not sure what, the sad part is well, Christian Allen worked on the Unreal Engine side of the house, but I was hoping that he might be able to point me at least in the right direction to help you out, because that was just that is, I know it's got to be disconcerting a little bit, and I know you're gonna fight, but you do check all the boxes of what that should be.
Yeah, it's just the platform that I stream on is just not something that I guess that's on the radar for them, and that's why it's our job. And as gamers, we're kind of get passionate about something. I feel like gamers are a lot more passionate about online projects. Tell me I'm wrong, in the online community. So I think this would be a major point for people to start streaming on Rumble and pushing Rumble more. As Rumble comes out with more and more quality updates and quality life upgrades as they scale their platform, I think we have a pretty good standing. And honestly, the platform is backing us as a gaming category, if you guys can't tell already. So, the APIs, listen, the APIs is real beta, but it's working.
Yeah, look up at the top of our screen.
And you have to understand something is they're not taking any other person's software. So they're not taking a clone of YouTube or Twitch's API system or whatever. They're building everything. By the way, you just hit 50, so congratulations.
Holy crap. Are you serious?
Yes, we did.
Wow.
We have the backing of the Rumble platform as well, and that's huge to push. Because with them and they said, something about a content creator house, which Chris said that Flawed and myself and apparently 2 others will be streaming simultaneously for like raids and stuff. That's the environment we need. That's the hype we need. That's the kind of like energy that we kind of have to instill in the platform to get everybody excited, everybody content creating and stuff like that.
Go ahead, Chris.
Well, I am glad that we do have Rumble as an alternative, and possibly one day to be a competition to YouTube, to rival.
Oh yeah.
Because YouTube has been around a long time, and it's gotten so big to where I guess they feel like they can do whatever they want, and they don't care. The small fries, folks like us. If we have a certain political affiliation or whatever, or even at that, it shouldn't even matter. But that's the thing about Rumble. They'll welcome anybody, but
however, how many Rumble is a platform where if you want to be a creator and you want to put yourself out there, you're gonna be able to get seen. And they face a lot of hurdles as any platform growing and any platform that's building. Those quality of life, those kinks that they have to iron out, and that's why they're really relying on the gaming community, because we're using these services so dedicatedly and kind of just coming with ideas, and they're kind of molding the platform with kind of the feedback that we're giving them, which is it's kind of like great all around.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to come to the platform, you can get noticed. And what I'm really excited about is the Search 2.0 option that's going to be released on Rumble, which is going to allow people to be easily discoverable from the search results, from the tag systems, and kind of, I don't know if they're using, I wouldn't say algorithm because that's a bad word to use, but I don't know if there's going to be some type of mechanic in place where it's going to help content creators be noticed by other viewers, and that goes on the iOS, the TV apps, and the web, of course.
Yeah.
By the way, I just wanted to, we're at 57, and Hemp said we hit 61.
Nice.
And I was wondering why. And it's because we're on the front page, guys.
Let's go.
We're on the front fucking page.
That would never
One thing I
happen
want
on
to say
YouTube.
about Rumble, and it's the same thing with YouTube when YouTube first starting out. They were catering to everyone, and everyone, people could do whatever they wanted, and then they have to start making money,
Yeah.
and that's when the smaller guys will fall by the wayside, and we'll have to see how Rumble is doing that. 'Cause
over time.
eventually, they have to make money in order to sustain themselves, and
Yeah.
time will tell. But so far, I mean, it's great. I mean, they listen to us. We can help them steer in the direction we want to go.
Yeah.
So
No,
so far it's great.
yeah, I mean, like that's a big thing that a lot of content creators are like. They're like, should I go to Rumble? Is it stable? Is it not going to be that? How I look at it is, if you believe in the platform, and you touched upon the multi-streaming, and the reason I say multi-streaming for people, I respect it and I get it. And
hold on.
thing that I was
we got
saying
some
about
dancing
it was,
going on. We got some dancing going on. Hold on. Hold on.
We got the dance. Wait.
We got some dancing.
I
Get
can
up on
see
the
it
chair.
now.
Get up on the chair.
Oh no, wait. I don't think so.
Ah,
You gotta go
All
off the chat. You gotta go off the chat. The chat's vibing there, and you start. What was that? Oh yes.
Sorry.
No. Sorry, lost the train of thought for sure.
No, my fault.
No, you're good. Honestly, I thought I was going to do the chair dance. I was waiting for it. But yes, you can grow from Rumble. Any creator I've even seen people start day one, and someone catches it, and then people start sharing it within the Discords, and now that person already has 30 people watching them, and they just started theirs not even 24 hours ago. Tell me a platform you can do that on. Name one.
No.
Nope. You can get 30, 20 interactive people in your chat all at once by streaming maybe 1 or 2 times on the platform. You can't do that anywhere else. And that's kind of like the fundamentals of like what's making Rumble's gaming section so successful, is that like I feel like when I grow, everybody starts to like elevate, and everybody's channel starts to pick up in their stats. And when another streamer starts to come in the gaming section and they start bringing in more people, I start to feel it from them, and it trickles down, like kind of in the whole gaming section.
It does.
So it's honestly like, I use the analogy all the time: one hand washes the other, both wash the face. At that point.
Yep. I always like the rising tide. A rising tide lifts all boats. That's my favorite, and it's what we do. And you've seen me say it a lot. We'll build this community together. And I know we're the new kids on the block, but
but you guys are crushing it. You guys got, on a Tuesday night, you guys are 60 people rocking right now with us with a live chat. Listen, I'm telling you, like I said, 60 people with an interactive chat on Rumble. Like I said, you gotta understand Rumble numbers. I'm not talking about YouTube numbers.
No. Yeah, this is huge for us.
Yeah, and think where else can you do that? Like, without spending money on ads, without having you to bring in some type of contract deal with that platform, right? Because that's the only way you're gonna get featured. And the best thing is the editor's pick on Rumble, right? It's just editor's pick. So it's not an algorithm. It's not a contract. They pick who gets on there. You know what I mean? Their editors pick that, which I like. I don't know about you because there's no automation. So everybody has a fair shot to go on there. If your content is up to par and it's really like, I think about it. Remember Mixer? You guys remember Mixer?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, remember the hype room? Remember the hype stream? They would just loop through different people's streams.
Oh yeah.
That's how I think like the editor pick should start to be. You know what I mean? Start to like it's a great idea. I think it was a great thing that Mixer had.
Like remember it would showcase, right? Hey, look at this.
It would showcase different streams and that like sort of like, all right, here's your 15 minutes of fame. They put you on for 10, 15 minutes, sell it. And I feel like Rumble does that. They give you that platform, you'll get that feature, you'll get that front page, selection, and then it's up to you to sell it. And you could sell it. That's it. You're now building yourself a little community. Yeah. And I think that's the major key, and that's the ticket that everybody should be like looking forward to, because those other platforms aren't giving anybody that.
Yeah,
they're not.
And by the way,
you're booking your link.
Yeah. And I missed saying hello to a few people. XUN4 GVNX, who also said, which by the way I think is very the right thing. It's because as streamers you got to give back. You can't just come and expect viewers. You got to get out there. Yeah. And it's not 100%. It's not just that you have to get out there and you got to give back. You have to appreciate what's coming in, right? The reason that, like I said, that I go an extra hour is because I look down and it's 1 a.m. and there's 35 people in a chat, and I'm like, how is this possible? And I'm like, I can't, for the life of me, figure that out. I mean, yeah, but part of it is, and I've said this over and over and over, I could sit down.
Whoa.
There it is. There it is.
Silver Fox. $100. He said, damn, it meant to put $1.
There you go, Silver.
Yeah, I'm Silver Fox.
There you go, Michael. We need a dance chair. We need a chair dance.
Yeah, you need to dance right now, Lumpy.
No, you know come on, Michael. Michael, you get on the chair. I'll get on the chair. Let's go. Let's go, Michael. I'm talking full chair action, Michael. What is this?
Let's go.
What is this? Let's go, chat.
Let's go,
chat. Let's go.
Let's go. You guys.
Like I said, I mean, the chat speaks for itself on Rumble. It's a tight-knit community that everybody just wants to see everybody succeed. And honestly, it's contagious. It's contagious because everybody sees and jumps in here. They're like, oh, they're having a good time in here. I'm going to stick around. Honestly, it reminds me of the old school AOL AIM. Remember those days?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They were iconic days. Remember having the kick or the side kick? Remember that? And the what was it? The Blackberries, the BBM. They had all that.
Says, let me show how it's done. We're watching. Looks good.
I am in a speechless.
There it is.
Yeah.
You stumped Michael, chat.
Brother Fox. I'm.
It's all love here on Rumble. Honestly, you're not gonna.
There is, and it's like look, I really got to give credit to Mike, because Mike, he's been doing this a long time, right? Of course, he started out on YouTube, and Mike puts in, his background with the gaming media, with the experience with all that, going to E3 and reviews and all that, writing. Mike really is the epitome and the pillar what the gaming community should be, where he's there to help everybody. If you need help, he's always been there. He's been a friend to everybody that, they like me and Peter, we start out in the chat and, been part of NLG. And then at some point, hey, Mike, wouldn't mind jump in the panel if you ever need anybody to be on a panel one day.
Yeah.
And of course, he was welcome me, and welcome me on. And I've been on for the past, I don't know. We always try to figure out like how long we've been on. I think it's been about 5 years.
I think it's 5 years. 6 years for Peter, 5 years. You guys have been with me both of you over 5 years. Peter for 6.
But Mike, he puts in a lot of work with how the channel. He's constantly trying to stream. We're always trying to figure things out, but he's always putting in a lot of the work. And when he came to Rumble, he's there streaming, and he's doing it weekly. And he's, me and Peter, we don't really do that as much.
Mm-hmm.
I wish
Now we can't because Mike is always online. I was just kidding.
But it's a lot. Like you, I have a lot of respect for you. Like Cerebral Fox, like y'all find that time to put the time in to stream because it's.
Oh yeah, I think me and Silver Fox do this full time.
Yeah, I know. It's
Silver
tiring.
has-
Like if you have a full-time job and then to find that energy to do
yeah.
it, and Mike does. He finds that, and he does side gigs with his. I mean, and we've been trying to do this for years. Like we started the GUG, and it's all about community and trying to help others to build. And it, for a certain point, it helped. Especially when we got into the Miko stuff in that community, and we started meeting other people, and we started getting some attention because of that.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was some growth there, but man, nothing like this. Like they have about 50 or 60. Like it had to be a special show.
Yeah,
like we had Tommy Tallarico or somebody that has a huge following on Twitter or whatever, just to even get these kind of numbers.
100%. And honestly, as being like content creators, and you guys putting in the work, and like honestly, like we need more of this. And I honestly appreciate that you guys are actually choosing Rumble as something to spread your guys' show and your content on, because honestly, we need more content like this. We need more coverage on gaming because there's not enough. And on top of that, it's such an area that's not covered on Rumble. It isn't. It's just wide open. Nobody's really doing talks about games, upcoming releases, diving deep into it. And honestly, I put that on my TV while I'm hanging around with you guys. I put it on my tablets. I'm listening to a couple of releases. I feel like this has been like the modern day podcast. So the podcast had its season, right, where they were so big with the whole, start your own podcast, this and that. This is having your stream. It's having your stream, having your shows, having your time with your community. And there's just so much potential right now, because as you guys are seeing all those categories, you go in any of those categories, they're empty. So that means anybody can be a number one in whatever game they want to be in, or whatever section they want to be in. And right away, that's how you're going to get noticed. It's because people are going to be like, well, I want to watch Fortnite or Sea of Thieves or Call of Duty, and they could find you, and you'd be like the first one. Instead of fighting with the millions others on YouTube or Twitch, and you're on like page, 136.
Yeah. And it's even like that with Twitter or X now. It's like just trying to share anything out on that. Like
nobody sees it.
I mean, I have about 2,000 followers on there, but how many people actually see my shit when I shared the show out? I don't know. It's
no.
So.
By the way,
Rumble itself has really done great to where it's able to people. As long as you said that they put in the work. And they're there, like we've been, and especially Mike been streaming almost weekly. It's helped out a lot with the growth there. And then meeting you and Silver Fox and supporting each other. Like, I was a couple of weeks ago, I jumped into your deal, and I told you I'm not really a Fortnite player, but I like your content, I like your layout, your energy, and
it's just a good,
I'm at work.
time.
I'm just like you said, I'll just, I got me I got me the good phone, right?
Oh, okay. So you can have the stream up on the side there.
At work, and I'm just there. I'll say hi to you. I'll say hi to Silver Fox, and
which is what a lot of the viewers on Rumble do, which is honestly, I feel like it's amazing. You feel like you're a TV show sometimes, because honestly, that's really what it is. And if you're playing music, it's like kind of like a a radio station.
Yeah.
By the way, for those who are YouTube folks that are coming over and moving over to Rumble, there's a couple more. I need you guys to click on Silver Fox Gamer. I need you to click on Planet Shan Chan Gaming. I need you to click on. Let me make sure I got everybody. Techstone Domish. I need you to GeekStorian. I need you to follow these channels, guys. I need you guys.
Gamer Wife.
Gamer Wife. Oh, I love. I really. You talk about somebody who I met through you and Silver, and like she'll lurk and then throw down a comment in our just a comment, hit that like button, and I'm like, damn, she was actually watching. And I've started to go, and the other thing I like to do is go into other people's streams. All right, so okay, I got you. So there is one more thing. So we got to get to know a little bit about the potato.
The potato.
We've talked all about Rumble, but we haven't talked about you, which was part of what I wanted to, we loved for all of our first time guests. And now that you've been on, now you've got open invite anytime you want to come on.
Appreciate that.
That's how that works. And one very, very quick thing. Shout out to brother PJ Smith, who said this. Although hang on, let me make that look a little nicer. Oops. He said this is how you watch the NLG show on Rumble.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's amazing. TV
That
app.
is.
TV app.
Yep.
TV app. I'm telling you, right? The Rumble TV app,
Yeah.
which is amazing.
I
have it too.
Man, I'm still can't. I'm still having trouble. Fox just, I keep looking over at the chat and I keep seeing that, and I'm
seeing that pin Fox,
and I'm getting.
He's a good dude.
He really is. Again, you were the second. Fox was the first guy. I was just kind of chilling around. I was putting up some content.
By the way, Fox was mine too. By the way, I found
really?
Rumble and I saw Silver.
He was the first guy. I just jumped in and I'm like, I'll come in and just see what's
excited.
up.
He's y'all's first.
Oh yeah. No, he's definitely gonna get. I'll keep it PG, but he's gonna be very excited. He's gonna be very excited over there, Silver.
He was the first guy to welcome me in, and to make me look at this platform and go, huh? Maybe this is a much less toxic, much better place to go than. Oops, I meant to. Sorry, let me try that again. I meant to put in hemp ask for our Discord. So while I'm getting that, so all of our first-time guests, we always ask. We always get their origin story, right? So we want to kind of know about the young. What was the young potato growing up a spud in the ground? What were you? How did you get into gaming? How did you, what were you playing as a kid? What got you into, the streaming scene? What, other than Fortnite, what other games do you like? But we want to get to know you.
All right. So, I guess to start off, I want to say, like, always been into gaming growing up. Of course, was a big Halo guy. Honestly, Halo 1. Halo 2, kind of when I got into gaming really, like, intensely. Like the good old home LAN parties when you used to have like everybody bring your television over. Mom's cooking, everybody's on the same network, boggling down the internet, wires everywhere, type of deal. And from Halo, Halo has always been competitive, right? The rank system back when it used to be symbols instead of numbers. Remember, everybody used to be the moon was like the highest level you can be on Halo ranked. But was obsessed with like competitiveness of gaming. So I started playing PUBG, which is when it was huge. It's still kind of huge now, but I got into it like competitively, and I played as a sub for Cloud9 for a invitational in New York City, which kind of like my debut of esports scene. Like, wow, like this is it. Like I'm on a stage, I'm playing for a huge amount of cash prize for a team. Like it was great. I was living it. Competitively, I want to say it's not. I don't know. Competitively, gaming is not stable. I want to say like it's very hit or miss for like just being a competitive player. I mean, of course, there's games that have constant leagues, like League of Legends, Overwatch, where they have or Call of Duty, which they have like set rosters that you're kind of just always in the heat or always playing events. I started streaming on another platform, believe it or not, and it kind of didn't work out. I kind of was like, it was streaming to only a couple of viewers. It didn't have that retention that I needed. And then life happened, right? Things happen in life. It takes you away from the computer and the gaming scene for a little bit. And I always wanted to come back and be like, man, I always had that itch because, like once you're a gamer, you're always a gamer. You always have that in, like you always want to play games, or if you can't, you're kind of missing it. And that's where I was. But I was like, I don't want to go to these other platforms because I'm just going to get watered out. I'm going to be honest. If I jump into Fortnite on Twitch, on YouTube, nobody's going to find me. Let's just be honest. It's going to be an uphill battle. Unless, like you say, you get that right time, right moment, which is like winning the lottery system. Right. So I found Rumble off Silver's stream. I was watching Silver. That's when I signed up, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to try it. And like I said, then Lumpy Potato was born. That's when I started that channel. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go with it. I started streaming Fortnite.
Fox was first.
Yeah, Silver. I found Silver
no
streaming.
kidding.
I don't know what he was streaming, to be honest with you. I had him in 6 months ago, so I don't know what he was playing back then. But I was watching him, and then from there, I was like, hooked. I just wanted to stream. And then I started to get interactive with the community, started talking to everybody, making friends. Hey, let's play some games together. And it kind of just went off like that. But I always had a background with gaming. I've always been in tournaments or have always worked with, like I honestly did the first Apex Legends esports tournament. Like I put that together myself with the devs over there. And we did it together, which was a great time. But I always had experience with streaming and kind of doing it, but I just never did it myself or really put it all. So when I came to Rumble, I was like, you know what? We're just gonna throw it all at it. We're gonna go full force, stream all the time, take it full time, start promoting the platform, start building the community because it's like something I'm really passionate about because like I said, everybody has their life outside of this, and everybody comes to Rumble to stream and have a good time, play games, share good thoughts that you don't really get to have outside experiences like that. So, and honestly, too, people come to Rumble as kind of a safe spot or kind of a vibe spot where they could be their own person and not have to worry about anything, which is another plus because your chat always feels comfortable. That's why they're always interactive. That's why everybody just gets along. And it just happened there. I started streaming, and honestly, the whole like getting invited to Rumble Studios, I had I didn't know anybody from Rumble. I just streamed on their platform and just built a community for myself, and that's how I got noticed from them. And then from there they invited me out to play, and now we're starting to see what's starting to come up now. We're starting to see more of the interactions between the platform and the creators, which honestly is pretty exciting for me because anybody could really do it. They're talking about building a whole gaming setup within the studio to start inviting creators out to start streaming from there, which honestly, that's a huge plus. I mean, not only that, it's a great experience.
I heard Fox say on one of his streams he was he was going out there next to
Oh yeah.
to do a live.
No, Fox is one of the ones, honestly. And Rick was like, "Yeah, I got to talk to Fox because I got to get Fox out here streaming as well." So yeah, no, honestly, they're always watching. The Rumble staff are always in the chats. They're always, watching what everybody's putting out, their content. So just keep doing it. I mean, it's just have a passion and just be positive. Keep the positivity because the negativity, I know it comes, but we don't have to get the attention they need. We just kill it with positivity because we're all here just having a good time, sharing some great thoughts and enjoying some classic games to modern day games to games I don't even know what's going on. Sometimes I'd be watching people play games. I'm like, what is going on here? Like, what is the point, right? They're getting so creative with these games. But I appreciate you guys having me so much. Chat, please make sure to hit that follow button, hit that like button. We honestly, as the Rumble community, we welcome you and thank you guys for coming over and bringing your content here, because I know it's not an easy choice for a lot of people because there are, the clouds in the air that you kind of be like, oh, but it's Rumble, it's this, is that. So I know I appreciate it because I know you guys are going to bring some great content to the gaming category, which we need because there's so many viewers and not enough creators, like I said. So the more content they have to filter through, maybe the more retention we can get for the gaming community and for everybody in a whole.
No, that's as we say, preach it.
Yes, preach it.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it is.
And I know you gotta run. You're welcome to,
Oh, I'll be lurking in chat for sure. I actually have to run and go do something.
No
I
worries.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
No
you
worries.
so much
So
for the invite. Chat, thank you guys.
Definitely.
Peter, Chris, it was a pleasure meeting you guys. It won't be the last. And
no, it won't.
Thank you guys. I hope you guys have a good night.
Well, you're part of the NLG family, like we always say.
Oh, yes, for sure. We definitely got to get
anytime you want to jump in with this.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get a Fortnite, all of us, all four of us, one day.
You know what? I'll do it just for you.
So we'll do that, and we got to get.
As long as
we got to get Peter.
All right.
We got to get Peter to. We got to get Peter to re-download Sea of Thieves.
Okay, or we could do that too. Sea of Thieves, I'm down. Yeah. Thank you guys.
All right, thank you, Lumpy. All right, let me get back to the three. What a great guy.
So he mentioned that they're wanting to see about getting content creators together in one place. So I wonder if Rick has any plans like to bring Rumble to like any of the conventions. Maybe not PAX but some of the smaller ones, right? Like what's that one that you went to everyday gaming or whatever it was? The one
Too Many Games.
Too Many Games, like maybe something like that. Start off small. Maybe like have a Rumble booth and have maybe certain streamers there to help promote it. That are like you, Silver Fox, Lumpy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One of that would be Rick might think about that one day.
That would
because he is a gamer himself.
He is,
and he's happy to see the gaming part of the Rumble grow. So
as we all are. I think that is where, because that's where we're going to grow too.
Well, like you were saying there, I was skeptical because one, like Project Jeff brought up earlier, is that he misses Mixer. And, when Mixer first came out, we all thought, all right, cool. This is something, like Microsoft, Xbox are supporting. It'd be another platform to stream to, an alternate besides YouTube. And of course, being on Microsoft and Xbox, you can stream directly to it from your Xbox, right? Console. So it was easier for people to try to get in, to the, doing stuff like that. But of course, that didn't work out.
No. And now, does anybody even doing Facebook gaming?
No.
Unless you follow people that do it, that use it. I mean, I'm sure
maybe Clowns does, or I don't know if he does.
Yeah.
Who knows?
And by the way, to give you an idea of where we're at, not only did we hit 61, and thank you guys, and guys, don't go away because we're still talking gaming. We're not done yet. we got a little bit left to go, so don't leave. Don't leave. One person is still watching on YouTube. Literally one person.
Probably Project Jeff.
Probably Jeff.
Oh, YouTube?
He
It's
said
probably
about
me.
to
I'm
leave
still
the
there.
chat. There he is. See you next time. Best of luck on Rumble. Just make sure you pop in the chat once in a while. Hey, what's up, Retsnom? He said, I'm streaming to Facebook, but it's my clan channel. Yeah, I don't know. It's great to see more boomer gamers like me. Yes, we're definitely all the elders. So
I'm the youngest one here. What are you talking about?
you are. This is very true. You are. So, but this, the thing that, and maybe this is part of my mentality. I was telling, before you came on, I was telling Lumpy the story of, the harassment and the bullying and all that stuff. Ever since I started streaming over here and we started bringing the show over here and we started doing the multiplayer nights again and stuff, I have forgotten about that stuff because those people aren't here and they're not welcome here. And I'm pretty sure if they attempted to show up into our chat, we wouldn't have to take care of them because our gaming family here would take care of them. And if they tried to build a channel around the same nonsense they do on YouTube, no one's going to watch them. Because this is not the place for it. This is not the place for it. What I have seen so far, which is what attracted me so heavy to the platform, was the positivity, the good people that are, and they're all in this chat. I mean, every single one of these gamers that's in this chat right now are people that are positive, good people. I see them I interact with them in other Discord channels. I interact with them in other chats. I hope to break bread with a lot of these people at some point. We cherish that, and it's what NLG is. It is. Have a great night, Brother Jeff. Hey, do me a favor, Vapin. Unfollow and follow just so you can see your bot work. I all of it. Like I told Phil. I talked to Phil Adam a few days ago, and I said, "Hey Phil, I'm gonna, because the Amico home stuff is coming up. I'm like, hey man, I'm gonna do an Amico stream, but I'm gonna do it on Rumble." And he's like, "That's a great idea." And the more I thought about it, the more I realized it's a safe place that my kids are going to be able to come on and do it. Because I've seen other folks with their kids.
To the original Next Level Gaming.
It's awesome. I just had to figure out why the name is slightly off. It's just the place for us to be.
The original Next
Thank you,
Level
Nate.
Gaming.
I just needed Vaping to do it, Nate. But thank you.
Who gave him that button?
I know. So, Colton said something earlier too. He's like, dude, you guys were at 20 followers 2 months ago, and we're at 185. But they're not empty followers. These are people that legitimately watch us. Oh, Vapin said there's a tweak. No worries. Not the other thing. And I need to put some outline around the text. And by the way, First Amendment rights, that voice is a good friend of ours. His name is Darth Praxis. He's a voice actor and does voiceover work for games. So he was, Nate said, you can count on me. So we were lucky to have him record that for us. So, but yeah, I'm glad that we, I'm glad that we stuck it out. I'm glad that, I concentrated. And Chris, thank you. I mean, I was already near tears with Silver Fox, and you just kind of started putting me over the edge. The truth.
I mean that. I mean,
I know you do.
I mean, we wouldn't. Me and Peter wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. And you keep this thing going, Mike. I mean, me and Peter, we join you, but we don't put in the work like you do with the channel. I mean, but you don't. You're our friend. You're a brother, and you don't like hold that on us. Like, hey, you guys need to do this. Like we're, we do this weekly. We wing it. We figure it out.
And it's fun.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's the most important thing. It's that you're at. Like I said, I was skeptical with Rumble, and that's why I didn't want to stop streaming to YouTube so quickly because, and I think we done the right thing. We gone long enough, and now you're seeing people jump off because you can obviously see the less people watching on YouTube. Like I'm open over there. And then whoever else is over there, probably me and you, Mike. And that's it. And our friends who we've known and met over the years have continued to support us, and they're on Rumble with us. So it doesn't matter where we stream, because we know we have a lot of friends, and we meet new people like Lumpy and Silver Fox. Yeah, and then now I'm seeing all these new folks in there in the chat. And it's awesome, and hopefully we can meet more of these folks. And I'm starting to follow some of these people, so now I'm trying to add to, hey, let me go I'm starting to go to Rumble more now. Let me go check out this certain person's stream, and go say hi, especially when I'm at work, So it's been fun, and I find myself less and less watching anybody on YouTube now. It's So I'm more interested in Rumble, and hopefully it continues to grow and not end up like Mixer, But that's Microsoft, right?
Right.
They're the ones, they invested all this money in, but I don't think they did enough to build the community from the ground up. They were trying to do it from the top down, and it just didn't work for them. But it seems like Rick is really doing a good job, and he cares. And then you see a lot of the folks here in the chat who had their own content, and they're here supporting us, and hope we look forward to return that too. So,
and Joe Maskew says, "I say keep poaching if you want from other platforms, but I'm glad we're here."
Yeah,
and your and your skepticism was absolutely warranted, and and I just
didn't want us to lose everything we built on YouTube, even though we struggled to, we were averaging 20 or so, sometimes less than that. But we did build a community, there, and I didn't want to leave our other, the other GOG members there by themselves, right?
Right.
So hopefully we've seen some of them make their way over here, and some of the others start doing it too. So, and
I'm hoping to, there's a couple more that I'd like to kind of, convince. I want to get Axel over here. Papa Pete joined, and I'm going to talk to him about a channel because I think his content would do really well here. And there's another positive guy. And I felt that way too, in that how do we still let our YouTube audience know we love them, and that they've been a big part of where we are. And I think and Shan says, yes, Chris, I think that speaks to your character too. You will not find a more positive, friendly guy out there than Chris. I mean, I as much as the reason I put the work in is because of you guys. I want us to look good. I want all three of us to look good. I want us to, you know, when they see the three of us, I don't, you know, I chastised Sir X-Man for telling Boomstick I'm going over to Mike's show. Like, dude, it's not Mike's show. It's our channel. And this is a labor of love for me. Like, redoing the screen here like this, you know how excited I was. And I'll tell you who really kind of jump-started that for me was Vapin Gamers. When he put out that video showing us how to get the API running so that we could have that really cool stuff at the top, the latest follower, latest subscriber. We've never had that. We've never done anything like that. And all of a sudden now we're growing up, and it's just that kind of stuff is making me want to do this so that the three of us succeed, because you know, you guys are still, you know, you're my pillars, you know. Yeah, when you're ready to stream more, the channel is here. Peter and I have gotten back to, you know, doing the multiplayer stuff, and when you can jump in and do the multiplayer with us, the three of us are together. That's how this works. And I have absolutely no problem with putting that work in, because, you know, without you guys, I don't know how much of that work I would have put in. And there's Rick. So there's brother Rick. He's in, and the hardest working guy in Rumble right now, and the guy who immediately and you did miss Lumpy. You had to leave at 11. And you're welcome, Vapin. This and the bot have really changed how we operate. And as I was looking at how to incorporate the API, I went to Peter and Chris and said, hey guys, yeah, we look good, but we look like a 1980s just site. I'm like, it's time for an upgrade. And so I went to work with the idea of putting the API in. And Rick, I will never forget the first thing you said to me when I first interacted with you on Twitter, and I told this to Lumpy earlier. We were talking about categories to put in, and I said, hey, we need a retro gaming category. And like 2 days later, there's a retro gaming category. And I said, holy crap, there's a retro gaming category. And you said, and I quote, that's my job, to listen to you. And that was the first real sign that we needed to concentrate on this platform. And to help you, Rick, to help you grow the gaming side of this. You know, Lumpy has taken the lead on this, and rightfully so. We can only stream at night. You know, we stream at night. We stream, you know, I'm on 10:15 to 1 a.m. Well, 2 a.m. because there's people watching. But, you know, Lumpy and Silver Fox are really the guys, the two really heavy guys in this community that are driving everything forward. And we want to help. Yeah, we want to be here to help, and by that, it also means that we need to, you know, it's time to concentrate on Rumble. It's time to concentrate on this channel, on content here, and making sure that that we're helping drive the gaming side forward, and we're so happy to be here. So let me get this. I've been working on, unfortunately, a little bit of the sausage making here as well.
So one thing, you know, I mean, the years of either being on YouTube or following people on YouTube. And if you wanted a layout like this, I mean, you had to go either buy it or have someone help you with it, right? And then of course, if you know how to mess with the OBS and all that, get this to work. But I've always wanted a platform where they give you the tools to where you could do stuff like this. And then, thanks to Rick, is listening and help, updating this and, hey, what do you need? What would you like? Because, you bring these tools to streamers where it makes it easier for them to add this to their channel and make it fun for them and those in the chat. It helps with the growth and all that. I've always wondered why YouTube or Microsoft, they have all the means, the money, people that can bring tools like this to make it easier for people to, when they stream, to grow their channel, kind of customize.
Yeah.
But they don't do that, and it just, you're on your own, right? So yeah, it's cool to have stuff like this.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, we, like I said, we had this layout because of Rumble.
yes.
Unless we went out and paid or, for a layout like this or had somebody make it for us, then you got to go and do all the work to make it work. But
I mean, how long? And I want to make sure, Jay Williams, a lot of what
later,
Jay
Rick, appreciate it.
built for us. Thank you, Rick. A lot of what Jay built for us, is still here and will always be here.
Oh, yeah.
But this was. And he said, "I'm just getting started." That is awesome.
We see that. Yeah.
And before Rick, hopefully you didn't roll out just yet, but it is also very important to note that on a personal level, without getting into detail, Rick also helped me with an issue that we were having. That again, I don't want to, not going to get into it specifically, but when I needed some assistance with some of that harassment and bullying, once we got here to Rumble, he was all over it. And so that meant a lot to me. So, thank you again for that, Rick. That, again, is another reason we're here. So, it is bittersweet. If you think about it, I mean, it has been 8 years. You guys, we've been at this a long time. We've done a lot of streaming. We've done a lot of shows over there. We've done a lot, and so there is a little bit of kind of bittersweet feeling on it. But I also feel like we've got it's like a new chapter. We've got a new chapter in the NLG story. And ride this as long as we can. I'm pushing to, and I'm actually pushing to hope to have us at 200 followers by Halloween. That's my goal. So
That'd be sweet. You're close.
The lick, Rick. I got started in Silver's chat. That was fantastic. And again, it allowed us to bring back. I was like, dude, Peter, we got to bring back Friday Night with Peter and Mike. And so we get to do this stuff now, play Payday and stuff. And we need to get you back now.
No, I'm working on it.
I know. Well,
like I said, I told you before, things at work.
Now that
See
you're
what
the big
happens.
boss, you're the big, now that you're the big
Changes,
boss, tell them, sorry, I got gaming on Friday night.
Well,
I can't work
hopefully
on
here
Saturdays.
soon, I will be more available. I won't have to be in on the weekend.
That
In
would
fact,
be awesome.
And if anything, I can always work from home and need to, and not have to go in physically, like I have been lately. So hopefully, all the
That'll be
hard work
awesome.
and all that will pay off for that. So.
And then we've got then we can get, we really get to a lot more of the 3 and 4 player gaming, and get you back at X Primal and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And because I could always, and I was telling, as I was saying earlier, I can always just turn on my Xbox and play. But when I turn on my Xbox or turn on my Atari VCS or what have you, and I fire up a stream, I can talk to people. I can interact. And it is kind of like having friends over. You're just kind of chit-chatting, shooting the breeze. Yeah, I'm playing a game, but Silver, have a wonderful night, man. I'm still I just
Thank you so much, man. Really didn't have to do that, man. Wow.
Yeah.
Means a lot.
Yeah.
Making Mike cry.
And that happens often when people do this to us. And like I said, there's still 45 people watching us now, even without Lumpy here. So Lumpy, Lumpy was worth the other 15, which is great.
Oh yeah.
But
they're here to watch him dance. You got him to dance.
We got him to dance. He got me to dance, which will probably be clipped and put all over the place.
Yeah.
But one of the things that we do hope is that you guys like what you see, and you can hang out with us, even if it's just hanging out on Tuesday nights. Because one of the things that we like about this show is that you guys are part of the show, right? We could sit in an Xbox Live party and just sit and talk what we're talking about now. But what we'd rather do is interact with you guys. What we would rather do is have you part of our show. That's why you're not our viewers, you're not our fans, you are our family. And you see me start, it was kind of new to Rumble when people started going, okay, because I bring my patented brother and sister and that kind of thing. And I think it took a couple people by surprise, but that's what we do, because you're part of our family. And you guys need to know that not only do we not take for granted a single person who comes and hangs out with us for a minute, but that you guys are part of our family, and we want to do more than just, have you in our chat. I'm looking forward to, I've already, like Nate will tell you, and Back from the Dead will tell you, and Big Block will tell you, we game together. Like we, Peter, Chris, and I, that's how we get on, man. We game together. And that's what we want to do with you guys too. I think so like I said, Silver Fox's wife, Katrina, wants to do some Fall Guys. So Sunday night, we're playing Fall Guys. So Chris, if you're up for it,
I can be available Sunday night.
And we'll get a group together and we will do some Fall Guys. So we got Brother Lemon in the YouTube chat. I'm glad, Lemon. I'm glad you could be here for our final YouTube show. So, and I know you're on Rumble, and I got to get you streaming on Rumble, man. I think people would love the Dragon's Den up here. It's something a little different. But
Crispy Bomb was in there also.
Yep. And we need to get Crispy on the show. He hasn't been on the show
we
yet.
need to get him on.
No. Yeah, she is streaming now. In fact, we need to go say hi.
People forget Fastback sometimes. I take a nap once in a while.
Well, and that's the other thing is, you know, you're able to, when you're able to be here, it's always better. It's why, you know, I keep bugging you for pictures. So I can get you in.
My wife, she came in and borrowed the green screen, and she's like, "Oh, I need to take your pictures." I know. Yes, you do. We got to plan that. So.
Yes. So.
I mean, I don't like taking pictures in real life anyway, so you know.
I know, but still.
And also, real quick to Crispy Bomb, you know, I just want to send some prayers and thoughts to him. He's been going through a lot.
Yes.
Him and his family. So.
Very much so, and we love you, Crispy. You know that.
Dreadpool popped in.
Yeah, Dread. And we know what Dread's gonna do. I'm gonna delay the end of the shutdown because you know it's
coming. Our buddies over on Jay and they need to be on Rumble.
Yeah.
The Retro Renegades.
Definitely. We need to get there's a few shows that we need to get over here. And we'll work on them.
Especially Axel and them.
Yep.
I mean, look at what he does, the stuff that he should have more viewers, have more subs, and he struggles with that. The stuff that he does, man, he would do very well on Rumble.
I bet it wasn't me. I don't know. Probably was.
Oh. All right.
And so, like Lemon said, he'll do both, which is fine, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because just stream to
Absolutely.
both, and you know,
Yeah.
you can always decide later on if you want to just stream to one only, you know, which is what we're doing.
Right. And, you know, and I think that, you know, anybody who you know wants to do that is you know, if you can, go for it. Absolutely. So, you know, what's funny is if YouTube just did its job and protected my kids, we wouldn't even be here. I mean, YouTube really honestly, YouTube really fucked up. And they didn't have to, but we don't make money for them, so they don't care. They really don't, and that's it is what it is. So, oh, I was wondering what happened to Peter. He said he's got to reboot.
Oh.
Like, wait, where did Peter go?
His turn to take a nap.
Yes, because I did actually want to
Did you guys have fun playing this the other night?
We did.
Watching y'all a little bit. It seemed like it was
We did.
a good pickup game.
This is a good game. We need to get you in here. We definitely
Remind
need
me
to
a little
get you
bit
in.
of Rainbow Six, where you can team up and try to, you know, you got a mission to do to accomplish. It remind me a little bit of that.
We need to get you playing on this too, because it's 4-player.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was fun with just Peter and I, but
You definitely need at least 3 or 4 to really try to accomplish what you got to do. Because, like I said, it does remind me of Rainbow Six Vegas.
Oh. Oh, I thought Shane said that.
Yeah, I can kind of.
Because you
Now
had,
that you said that,
yeah, I mean, you had your missions to accomplish. You know, either try to be tactical and sneaky or all out shootout.
that is. Man, now that you're saying it, now that I'm looking at it, now obviously we're the bad guys.
Yeah.
And there comes a point to where tactical gets thrown out the window. And I think tactical always got thrown out the window when we played. We tried so hard to be stealthy, and at some point we just they set off the alarm and it was time to go crazy. But the game, it really was fun. It really was fun. We had a great time. We never got past the first level.
I know. I'm not.
But we had a great time. And I think we're going to play this again. Now, I think on Friday, if Brother Lagnese is able to play with us, we're going to get back to Remnant 2. But if not, I could do this.
Yeah. See if I'm available. Maybe free this weekend. But I can't get off of Starfield, so that's all I've been playing.
Well,
Really loving that, and I didn't get it. You know, I wasn't here last week, so I did get the headset, the Starfield headset, and I really do. I like it. It's the Xbox one, right? Like the one I'm wearing the wired one.
Yeah.
And it's the Xbox brand, but I'm loving the detail. I'm not big on white, but I was like, you know what? I need a new wireless headset. And it's like, you know what? Let me get the Starfield one. But what I like about what they've been doing with the Starfield, and like what they're doing with the wrap, and I'll show that when it gets there. But like the outer part, like it has markings where it shows like what's the part, like it has balance, and it also
to
kind of
the
combines with
original
the game, like it
Next
says
Level
cockpit, but it
Gaming.
also shows you a little bit like what's inside the headset, right? Because on the inside it has letters that says left, and then it gives you like a part number of the speaker, and the same thing on the right. And then when you turn it on, when you press power, it has a special noise from the game, like you're in the ship, and like the ship is powering on. So yeah, it's cool. And then when I get the wrap for on the Series X, I'll show that off. Hopefully that'll be coming soon. So we are in October,
hopefully.
week, so, yeah.
Oh, by the way, welcome, Guardian Ruby. Welcome to the channel. Did you see that pop up? Did you see the pop up?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you missed it.
Did I miss it?
Yes. Ruby, do me a favor. Unfollow and refollow. Chris missed the alert.
Oh, okay. I see. Well, I see here the latest follower.
Yeah, but watch.
Okay.
Welcome. That was so, and I appreciate. So yeah, do me a favor. I wanted Chris missed it. So Vaping Gamers also has a really cool bot that is helping us do, as soon as it pops up, new followers. So when somebody follows, it doesn't just put it up on the top of the screen. We'll wait for it. He said, "Here, I got you." Oh. By the way, Ruby's got a great channel too. I need to get into a live stream, but he's been playing Fortnite, or not Fortnite. He's been playing Alan Wake because he's getting ready. We're all getting ready for Alan Wake 2. So, and a couple days ago he played Titanfall 2. I have Titanfall 2. I'm happy to get in some Fortnite. Yeah. Happy to get in some Titanfall. Oh, you know what? Because you followed it made. Hang on, let me do it this way. Hold on. Even easier. What I need to do is I need to figure out how to put the follower count on the screen. That's the next thing I need. All right, so let me start this bot back up, and you'll see it pop up on the screen in a second. This is so cool. And I'm going to do this with latest subscribers and when somebody does a Rumble rant. So give it a quick second. So when somebody follows us on Rumble, you will see...
Welcome to the original Next Level Gaming.
I just need to... The name I need to move over. And of course, we had to use Darth Praxis's voice. We had to use Praxis's voice.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Welcome to the original Next Level Gaming.
Thank you, Hemp. So... and this is but, you know... Chris, this is the stuff that I love to build for us, right? It makes us look better, and then people will do, Brother Vapin. I might take a look to see if I can do it, but I will definitely DM you tomorrow. You know, because I hope if we look good, people will want to come in and stay. The lag is epic right now. Is it lagging? Well, part of it is probably because we're dual streaming. Once we stop. Oh yeah. Well, no, it's not. It seems like it's okay.
Yeah.
Probably because. Yeah. I mean, we still have 40 people watching, and it's 11:40, and we've been going for 2 hours. All right, so let me get back to the Discord to see when Peter's back. Oh, no!
Okay.
I think he's having trouble. He has to sign off for the night. Oh.
Must be, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what we can do is we talk so much about the platform and stuff. We can kind of kick the gaming road ahead to next week. No. But in the meantime, so you've been playing Starfield nonstop.
Yeah.
I've been playing Star Wars. I'm going to finish that game. Gonna finish that game. So thank you, Jamazq. Tell YouTube to come here so we can single stream. Well, single stream is happening starting next week. This is and it's funny.
Welcome
again,
to the original Next Level Gaming.
UB Legend, welcome. Oh my goodness.
Nice.
Another one that I've met through Silver Fox and Lumpy. Thank you so much, UB. Where are we at now? I gotta hit the refresh on this.
48 that I see on
48 and 187 followers. We're gonna hit 200 by the middle of the month. Oh, what's going on? So what we'll do is so you and I can just chat for a few minutes until you're ready to go to bed. But you also have been playing Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
Yeah, I do, and I need to get back to that. I do want to finish that.
I am this close. this close to finishing it.
And
I
one of the
want-
reasons why I came out a little late because I wanted to watch the season finale of the Ahsoka, because it comes on every Tuesday at 8, and wanted to watch that with the wife.
Oh,
'Cause
how, and so how is that?
It's pretty good. If you like Ahsoka, you like Clone Wars and the Rebels series, you like this series. It's just that, for Star Wars fans like me that have, had invested in the extended universe books, read a lot. It's just trying to get used to the new canon, and Disney and all that. They changed things up. So because if you know who Thrawn is,
Yes.
and one of the best Star Wars series, Heritage of the Empire trilogy, book, they brought Thrawn back. But things are different than, if you read the Thrawn trilogy, it's not the same.
I didn't read the whole trilogy, but I am
Yeah.
familiar with.
But they brought some stuff from the canon and this and that, and they put their own twist. So it's interesting to see where it's going, and hopefully I don't offend anybody that liked the sequels, but I wish they would cancel the sequels or put a what if in front of the sequels.
Oh, you're talking about the last three?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know too many people that like those. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know too many people that were hyped on the on that.
And it's the last few weeks, because sometimes the wife is busy. She has scouts on Tuesday, and then I jump on here. I don't watch it, and so I go to work and I look at my two buddies, and we always talk Star Wars. Like, did you watch it? I'm like, no, stop, don't say anything. I'll watch it. Tonight. On the next day. So, yeah.
Now, if I hadn't given up, we gave
I
up.
know, yeah.
We gave up Disney.
But so with the Star Wars Jedi Order and Fallen Order and Survivor, especially Survivor, so there might be some tie-in with the Ahsoka, somewhat. If you pay attention, there is a little tie-in with some, like history, some hieroglyphic building that was in Jedi Order, Fallen Order, and then you see some of that in the Ahsoka series. So
Really?
yeah.
Huh.
So Disney. At least one thing I do like is that Disney, when they took over, they want to make everything canon. The books, games, it all is in the same universe. It's not like separate. So it's interesting. So I do want to finish Jedi Survivor so I can see the more of that story and see if there's any kind of more connection there.
Fair enough. And it's funny because I don't begrudge anybody who is watching. Just not for me.
No, trust me. When I watch it, I'm like, why? But it's like Hemp is talking about his roommate. He's like, yeah, Hemp, me and your roommate probably get along. We'd have a lot because I got a couple buddies at work and we talk about this stuff all the time. The direction that Disney is taking Star Wars, and there's a lot of cool stuff, but then there's a lot of stuff like I said, it's like pie. So.
Well, I mean, my biggest issue that I had with it, which happened as early as The Force Awakens, was they went from, I mean, they did a lot of fan service in Force Awakens, but then they just decided to hell with what the fans want. We're going to shove down your throat what we think you want.
Well, I mean, me
That's-
and my buddies talk about that. And it's not just Star Wars. It's a lot of stuff. It's
Oh,
that they are
it's a
trying
lot
to
of it.
cater to today's politics and so on.
Mm-hmm.
And so, to me, it kind of limits the writing and the originality. And the story is just not that good because they're trying to cater to everything.
Right. And I mean, it used to be that you represented by having a good story with good characters.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's just checking a box.
Yes, that's
And-
that's why I have a hard time watching a lot of the latest shows with the wife.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yeah, you can watch it on your own. And,
We don't.
which is fine. She's fine with that because we have our differences in that. You know, I'm not gonna go into all that, but what's funny is we will go back and watch the old stuff. Like we've been watching the Walker Ranger. You know.
Walker, Texas
And-
Ranger.
So we've been enjoying that, you know, seeing the the 90s and Chuck Norris and just kind of having fun with that stuff, right? And you do see some elements where they do bring up issues here and there, but it's not like in your face and it's checking all the boxes. They're just trying to tell a good story. So I've been getting
And
more
that's
into
it.
that, watching the old stuff. It's like with streaming now, where you have so many different stream platforms that are free, like Tubi. I like Tubi. You don't have to pay for it.
Tubi is a good
I
one.
can sit there and watch G.I. Joe, Transformers, the old school cartoons.
Yes.
I've been watching Alf.
Alf. Oh my
and-
lord.
And then they just recently, they put Jetsons, and then of course Flintstones. It's like I can go back and watch that stuff because growing up, some of that stuff I didn't watch every episode, right? But now I have it at my hands to do that.
Right.
You know.
And the old stuff just, it's a bygone era. Not everything. It's kind of funny. By the way, shout out to we're back on the front page again.
Nice.
Under gaming this time. We've been on the front page twice now. This is amazing.
And say Planet Shan, and she's right. I think with not just Ahsoka, but some of these like Mandalorian. Mandalorian has actually been pretty good.
I like
But
the first
Boba
2
Fett
seasons.
series. When they brought back Obi-Wan, is that there are certain characters that they create that they're just not interested, and it's a check the box type deal.
Yeah.
And it's nothing against the actor or who they are, or where they're from. It's just like, nah, you're not doing it for me.
Right. And all you're there to do is to please a section of people who want that. And hey, by the way, we're on Rumble. We can talk about this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I have no problem.
We can talk about this. And gaming is the same way. Gaming is having
yeah.
gaming.
I
I am having some growing issues with where gaming is going. And what I appreciate about this game, for example, totally diverse cast of characters. Like right now, I am playing as Seer, which is, by the way, voiced by Deborah Wilson, who I love from
She's a
Mad
great
TV.
actress.
Oh, I loved her in Mad TV. She was one of my favorite Mad TV characters.
That's
or-
what's
or
great about
actresses.
this is that yes, you do see where they check the boxes, right? Like you look at the
But they-
NPCs. They do it in all the games. It's like, okay,
I don't-
I get it.
I don't
Whatever.
feel like in this game they did. Like, I don't feel that because there's
No, they
just
did. If you walk around in the world, different, you see the. Now they do mix, right? You have some
Yeah.
creatures from other planets, which that's one of my problems with some of the new Star Wars stuff. It's like, where are all the aliens?
right.
Like, especially that was my problem with the sequel. It's like you're checking the boxes about all different types of humans, but where are the aliens at? The
Right.
different other people in the galaxy.
That's what made Star Wars. Walking into Mos Eisley Cantina and seeing all Hammerhead, and they're all
Yeah.
all these guys, Greedo, all
Yeah.
these guys whose action figures I had.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff's gone, and in its place is somebody who just instantly has force powers. She's stronger than anybody else. She goes to see Luke Skywalker, who's a bitter old man drinking green milk out of an alien titty, and she beats him like with no issue.
I know.
And all of a sudden she's like I'm watching Force Awakens, and I'm like, okay, Daisy Ridley's is a nice actress. I had nothing against her.
Great
It was a nice story.
Yeah.
The story was getting pretty good. You figured she'd grow into being a Jedi and following in the footsteps of Luke and all that. And all of a sudden, it's the end of the movie, and just out of the blue, she takes on and beats Kylo Ren, who's freaking Darth Vader's grandson. Years of training. Skywalker bloodline. She just rolls in, picks up a lightsaber, and takes him out temporarily.
But that's like me and my buddies were saying how either with Marvel or whatever, is that with certain characters that they make them OP and they could just do it. But in the past, like you look at the original trilogy, Luke Skywalker is the son of one of the most powerful Jedis ever, and Force users, but he had to put in the work. He had to learn. And even in the extended universe books, he still went and did what he could to learn everything that he can so that he can create a new Jedi Order Academy and be able to pass that forward. But I mean, I can go on forever about the stupid trilogy. Like I enjoyed the actors in it and the characters, but they were playing the wrong people. There were already characters in the extended universe that they could have played. Yes. But they didn't do that. Yeah. So they just went about it the wrong way. And
I could go on about it too, because it's I would take Jar Jar Binks over half of those characters in the new trilogy. Chris, you have revived yourself. We agree again.
Yeah, do my best.
Hep has been him and his roommate have been commenting about the Star Wars piece. But I mean, like even here, Seer, I liked her character. She's badass. It has nothing to do with anything other than yeah. And Cal, dude, I love what they did.
I was hoping that they would bring him into the Ahsoka series, or something like bring him into the.
Yes.
Like I was saying, there is a little bit of tie-in, but who knows? Maybe there will another series.
Well,
but
he did say, what was his name?
The actor,
yeah. I can't remember what his. Hang on. I'll find it.
I forgot his.
I mean,
he's a good actor. He was good in Gotham.
Yes.
Also playing the Joker.
It's the Joker. Yes. Cameron Monaghan. I am invested in him as a character.
Yeah, no, he's
Like, and
yeah.
but I'm also, I was invested in Seer. I'm invested in
Later, Guardian.
Guardian. Have a great night. Thank you so much. And everybody, hey guys, click on Guardian's channel. Please click on Guardian's name before he rolls out. Follow his channel as well. I will see you in a live stream.
Yeah, Shan Chen, she's right. You know what they did with Harrison Ford. Now in Star Wars, he kind of wanted that character to die off.
He did.
But, they probably gave him that. I just didn't like the way it went about. How it happened.
Oh, he was happy.
Oh yeah, he was fine.
Because the other thing was he got to at least and he came back in the third movie as a freaking. He doesn't even have the force. Now you got me started. He doesn't even have the force, and he's a force ghost. Who even look? Even in the Last Jedi, right? When Leia, and I know Leia has force powers, daughter of, right? When she got blown out of the ship and then floated back into the ship, I swear to goodness, we were at the theater, me, Jacob, and Seth. Jacob turned to me and said, "Dad, what the hell was that?"
I know.
And at first I had to say, "Jacob, language." But then I said, "I don't know." I'm like, I was sitting there going...
It was the Mary Poppins...
Exactly. Yes. I'm
and
like,
that's when people used to call it the Mary Poppins...
yes. I could not...
art.
I was just... when my kids are like, no. And I loved Princess Leia. Love Leia. Talk about a strong female Star Wars character.
She's always been that since it came out.
Yes. But it wasn't...
But they act like they're... Like it's a new thing nowadays to do stuff like that. Like we've had strong female people in the past many times.
But they all have arcs. Like she's a strong female, but she needed to be rescued.
Yeah. And she rescued them as well.
Right, and she rescued them as well.
It wasn't like, even in the book, at some point she starts learning, Luke is training her, and she does become a badass Jedi in the book.
Yeah, because she's got force power.
They don't make her all out, most powerful, better than her brother, or anything like that.
Right.
Like everybody has their place, and they all can do their part. And they do certain things that are special, is what they're about. But
yes,
yeah,
Lara Croft. There's another one.
Yeah.
And that, she was strong. She knew it, but she needed help once in a while.
Yeah,
she couldn't do it all on her own.
No, nobody can.
Nobody can. It was such a difference that who saved everybody at the end of Last Jedi? Rey. By lifting all the rocks. How in the hell did she have that power? It's
yeah. I forgot who brought it up, but it's like it's a rehash. Like the sequel was just a rehash of the original trilogy, but told in a different way, because they use the same formula all throughout. Just dumb. It's like,
yeah, there's so many things.
I do like Dave Filoni and Favreau on what they've done with some of the Star Wars series. I mean, Mandalorian, Boba Fett, but even at that Boba Fett, they kind of nerfed him and changed it because there was a Boba Fett book where Boba Fett was the one who kind of brought back the Mandalorians to power.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't Bo-Katan, which I like Bo-Katan's character, and I get it. They're changing all this stuff. Everything's new, but I didn't. It's like the Boba Fett series was pretty much the Mandalorian. You know, there was more of Mandalorian in it.
Right.
But you know, they've done some good stuff with some of the series stuff that, you know, Rebels and Clone Wars and some of the recent stuff lately. But Andor was real good, and Rogue One, but there's still some issues with how they handled it.
Yeah. And Sister Shan Chan says, yes, I also dislike when there are rules established to powers, and they set those aside to make lazy writing work. Right. Or as Critical Drinker says, to move the plot forward. Hem says they just want us to forget the past.
Yeah,
and that's the thing.
So when I think Mandalorian season 2, when they brought back Luke, and they had that I don't know if you saw it, but it had an episode where Luke came in and saved everybody's ass.
Yes,
and it's one of the best scenes.
It was epic
since Vader, you know, doing his thing. And it's like, yes, bring me back. I want more Luke. Where's Leia? Where's Han? We got the technology now to bring them in. And that was one of my complaints with Ahsoka, is that, yes, you hear about Leia, but they call her Senator Organa, which she is a senator during this time. Because it's like set like 10 years after Return of Jedi. It's around the same time frame as Mandalorian 3.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, you have the capability to bring us Luke, Leia, and Han. Yeah, you're going to have to do some CG, you know, figure it out, but they're not bringing those characters that we love and kind of fitting them in. And I get it. There are so many stories in the galaxy like this, you know, Jedi Survivor and Order, right? It's new characters, a new story. You know, it's another part of, you know, Cal Kestis and other Jedis that escaped the Order 66, right? And, you know, telling their side of, you know, how they played a part in the galaxy when the Empire was at its height, you know, how they surviving and so, you know, so on. So, and so far the Jedi Order and Fallen Order and Survivor have been pretty good, you know. And it seems like sometimes you get better writing in certain games or animation, like DC. You could get how many times you got some great animation, you know, Batman, Superman, Justice League, but it seems like it doesn't translate to the movies. So I don't know.
Well, it all depends on who's writing it. You know, it all depends on. So, Game Complainers is kind of with us on this. You know, you killed Luke, you killed the franchise.
Yep.
It made all the other films look pointless. Luke is the balance of the Force. That's the whole thing. You know, Vader suffered tragedy so his son could bring balance, not just get jobbed out.
Yeah. But they wanted to move on from the Skywalkers, right? But what did they do at the end? Oh, we adopted Rey. She is now a Skywalker.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Right. That was dumb.
Yeah.
No. And by the way, Lumpy rolled back up in the chat. He said thanks for having him on. Dude, you guys, you thank you. You're welcome on anytime you want. If you're like, man, I just want to come talk some games on a Tuesday night.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna do that.
Yeah.
I
mean, anybody in our chat, like, if you know, especially other content creators, like, if you want to jump into podcasts with us and just talk like we're doing now, you know, jump in with this.
Well, we talked about I've talked about having hemp on, and actually GeekStorian's we've talked about having hemp on Retro Roots one night. There's a few of you, a bunch of you guys. We started lining you guys up. Vaping, I want to get on. I know, I would like to get Rick on if we talk to him. I'll see if I can work on him a little bit. There's a ton of you guys that I would love to have come on, and we would love to have come on to talk and get to know you guys. Uncle Pudge is on the list. Fused is on the list. That Natty Red Gals guy is on the list. Look at that. Look how fast our mods are working too.
Yeah.
So
I just saw it and I was gonna.
Hemp's got the trigger finger. I don't know if you weren't here earlier, but apparently Hemp got modded on the quartering. That's huge. So yeah, Hemp. They want to destroy canon and get rid of old fans, but get new eyes. The problem is, the new eyes don't want to watch this.
They're not.
They're not. It's us that you need to keep going. Oh.
Or you know what's funny? It's like even in the gaming, it's like gaming, Xbox. They try to cater to a certain age demographic, right? And so you see a lot of these newer games, like me and you, we talked about it, like doesn't appeal to me. Like they're not trying to make this game for us anymore, our age group.
No.
But then it come out not too long ago is that our age group are the ones spending more money in gaming.
Yeah.
It's like, did they forget? Like and I'm not trying to count anybody out, but the X generation, us, we are the ones who started gaming. We were the ones going to the arcade. We were the ones who started bringing gaming into our homes on whatever platform that we all, right? And we kept at it when even during that time when a lot of people were like, gaming's for nerds and this and that, but we kept going. As I got older, I kept at it in some form or fashion, either from PC, and I'm going to go back then to PlayStation, Sega, whatever. And here we are.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a big market out there, retro gamers and so on, that still play modern games, but we're a big market. So are they going to cater to the younger generation only, or are they going to consider us because we are the ones with the money, pretty much? And the same thing that comes with these movies. It's like you keep catering to the young people or a certain demographic, but you forget that, like, we're still around. So you do a better job.
Well, and again, it's all about telling a good story. And that's what I love about it. So Panda Sub asked me if I liked this game better than Fallen Order. And at first I was like, Fallen Order was a pretty good game. I think, given where I'm at, because I'm very close to finishing it, I think I like this game better now. I think they took the
story-wise, or I will say I really do enjoy Survivor because they kind of open it up, right?
Yeah.
The sequel should be better than the first in ways where they learn from what they did or couldn't do on the first, and they were able to do that on the second one, right? And I think they've done that.
They not only have, but they amped up the gameplay.
They did. A little bit more open, right? In the areas.
A little bit more open.
Yeah.
A little bit more open. But keeping with what Cal Kestis does.
Yeah.
And keeping with the idea behind the story. And I think that And yes, the game completers say Fallen Order was awesome. It was. I'm not taking anything away from Fallen Order. That game I got I believe I 1,000 that game. I got and I'm pretty sure I did. I got 1,000 on that game. This game though is such a complete package. We're trying, Joe Mogg. See, Joe Mogg said they can destroy the canon or they can have the audience, not both. I said they haven't figured that out yet.
They're seeing that on the Disney Plus because they're not making a lot of money and they're not getting the engagement on some of these stuff that they're creating now.
Yep, Marvel has lost a lot of money. Disney itself has lost a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know, and to the point to where Bob Iger, by the way, did come out and say, "All right, we got to get out of the politics thing. We got to get out of this." Well, I don't know how you do it. I mean, I can't tell if it was a true story or not, but I caught wind of a rumor that girl that they got to play Snow White.
Oh yeah, I saw that too. But
I think they fired her.
Well, I think they from what I understand, and I saw that. Well, they took her off another project, some other stuff, but not from the Snow White movie that she's working on.
Well, I mean, again, and that's gonna flop. That movie is gonna flop. Rock says she's gone. Hold on, let me look it up. Rachel Ziegler.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like she's gone from the Snow White, or they took her off the other project, but I'm not sure.
Hang on, let me see.
Yeah,
I mean,
Joe, it is sad. I know. So I always have buddies at work where we're very passionate about Star Wars, right? And we were invested in the books, so that's what we had back then, right? We were talking about the books, we were reading, and then when everything came out about George Lucas selling to Disney, one of my buddies was very worried about the canon. He's like, they're gonna fuck it up. And me, I'm glass half full type person. So I was like, well, let's see. Disney's got the money. George Lucas didn't want to do anything more with it, and he seemed like he was done with it. So maybe Disney can do, and they have brought a lot of stuff out, like, with some of the TV series and stuff and other characters, and now some of the games, they've, and I don't know, but overall, they haven't done a good job.
Yeah, I'm looking it up. So Dredd says she was dismissed from the project, but there are other...
Yeah, I think she was dismissed from other projects, but not from the Snow White.
Yeah.
And maybe they told her to shut up, too.
She had to be recast in Paddington 3.
Oh, no, you're right, Mac. Kyle was one of the best characters and part of the Jedi Order, Luke's.
Oh, Kyle Katarn, yes.
I know. But why? And same thing with Mara Jade.
Yeah.
My buddies are like, okay, where Mara Jade was part of the Thrawn trilogy. Okay, we got Thrawn back. Where's Mara Jade? And I'm like, well, I guess they could bring her back, but then how can you bring her back to where she's associated with Luke? I don't know.
I don't either.
Because the problem is that by them doing the sequel, but there's no mention of this and that, but now you're trying to fill in the story within the 30 years before the sequel. Now you got more questions than answers. Because it's like the series that's like, okay, where's Ahsoka? Where's Ezra? Where's baby Yoda, Grogu? Like, you have all these characters that are cool that you're bringing in now, like even Cal Kestis, But where are they in the sequel? Not mentioned, and you only focus on Rey, and you kill off our favorite characters from the original trilogy. So a lot of this stuff that they're bringing out, like this game and the Ahsoka and Mandalorian and all that, it's like, okay, where are these people years later? That's, they really messed up from the beginning when they did the sequel first.
And that's just it. It wasn't for us. And that's the sad part.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, our kids, like my 10-year-old, she can give, with the new stuff that's come out with Star Wars, she has no love for it, like we did when we were kids, and my oldest either. My oldest did like the sequel, like she liked Kylo Ren. It's like, okay, whatever, but she's not passionate about Star Wars like we are. There's nothing new about that I know of. I'm not saying everybody, but I'm sure there are some people out there that really love the new Star Wars stuff, but I don't see it. Like,
I don't either. And by the way, Back says, how do you explain Dark Forces, Jedi Knight, and Jedi Knight 2? You could still play those games, but not canon anymore. By the way, the Dark Forces remaster is gonna be sweet.
Oh yeah, I definitely want to check that out. I didn't play it original, so.
Jamaz, there was a rumor that Lucas wanted to buy it back, but I don't think he's in a position where he's going to.
There was rumor of that, and that I've seen things where he'll redo the sequel, but I haven't seen nothing solid on that stuff really happening. I mean, I'm sure he can afford to buy Star Wars back. Maybe there's something there in the contract clause that he had. But he's going to pay more money, that's for sure.
Well, maybe or maybe not. $4
billion. Well, true, because if Star Wars is losing money, then maybe they just sell it back to him for $4 billion or $3 billion at least. Get some of their money back.
I mean, considering where their stock is and how much money they're losing, it might be worth it for them to
offload it, right?
Offload it back to him. Because there's still stories that he has that he could tell, and nobody, I guarantee you, nobody would be upset if he retconned that last trilogy and acted like it never existed and started from Return of the Jedi and did it right. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Obviously, the big problem with that is that there will have to be some passing of the torch, because obviously, Mark Hamill's not old yet, but Harrison Ford can't do this anymore. I don't care what anybody says. They had what they had to do to him in Indiana Jones, which I didn't see either, because I did enjoy it,
and there was a part in the end where me and the wife were like, we were hoping that this was going to happen. But I still enjoyed it. It still kind of catered to what Indiana Jones was all about. I
don't know. I may have to watch it when it hits.
Yeah.
When it hits HBO. But I don't know. That's a good question. What Star Wars is worth now? I don't know. That's a good question.
Well, I mean, what the TV stuff have done well. I think the Ahsoka and the Rebels characters have a following. But George Lucas was part of that too. So like, he was part of Ahsoka, and he was part of the Rebels. He worked with Dave Filoni. So I think if he were to get Star Wars back, and I hope Kennedy's out, because she
he wouldn't bring her along.
I don't think he would, but I think he would pass the torch to Dave Filoni and Favreau, because they kind of proven themselves that they are big time Star Wars fan, and maybe if they get out of the clutches of Disney and they're not beholden to Disney executives and investors, then they can do more what they want, you know.
All right, they're having some fun down in the YouTube chat there. You guys would actually do really well up here on Rumble. You guys need to come up here. Vince is in the house, and Vince is across the sea. It's got to be like 3 a.m. where Vince is. Dude, another guy, by the way, great music. Follow his channel. Click on his name. Follow his channel. This guy has been hanging out in my gameplay streams 3 and 4 in the morning his time. That's been crazy. Oh. How does Kathleen keep getting work? She's got pictures of somebody. She's got pictures of Iger.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, they got a contract with her, and they got
they do. She can't
honor
go
it
anywhere.
because they owe her probably a lot of money. They gotta let her finish out her contract, I think.
Well, I mean, not if she's not delivering.
No, she's not.
Oh.
Dave Filoni and Favreau are the ones that have been delivering.
True. Very true. And hopefully whoever made Star Wars Jedi Survivor is also succeeding, because this is awesome. This game is awesome.
Like, this game is still got to go through, like, LucasArts still has, they're still part of Disney, but they go around and decide who's going to do what, right? So we, you got this, and then we're I don't know, maybe next year for the Ubisoft Star Wars game. And that one's more of an open, like Far Cry and Assassin's Creed, right? It'd be a game like that. Open Star Wars world, more open than Jedi Order and Survivor, I think, which excites me. And like Starfield, man, I would love if that was a Star Wars, game.
Still haven't heard when Perry is scheduled to come on. We're working on it, Dredd. We're working on it. Oh. Shan, thank you, Sister Shan, so much for being here tonight. Also, check her out. She's got some great art. Some excellent art that she does. I watched her do some sketch drawing, and I will definitely be checking out more. But you guys, again, hanging out for this long. I think we can probably call it too. It's 11:30 your time, 12:30 my time, and the crowd is starting to dwindle. Although for us, crazy enough, Chris, dwindling is 29 people still.
But only on Rumble.
Only on Rumble. I just, and 100. We're at 180. Hold on, the bot says 187 followers. We are. All right. Much love to Sister Shan, and just an amazing night. Amazing night. Oh. So we will we'll be back next week, and next week we will only be Rumble. It's gonna be weird, but it's the right thing to do.
And I think next week could be a good only on Rumble, and I think we have our giveaway.
We'll do our first Rumble only giveaway.
Yeah.
So to our subscribers, and we'll add in how about we do one for our subs and one for our locals folks as well. So she does. I might need an animated emoji from her. From Sister Shan. She's damn good. So But yeah, we'll so Thursday night, I think we're gonna give this we're gonna get through Jedi Survivor. And then I can concentrate a little more on streaming some Starfield, because I have been playing Starfield. I don't want anybody to think that I've been neglecting Starfield. I honest to goodness haven't. I do want to finish. I do want to finish.
Yeah, I don't
that
blame you.
game. So
Starfield will be there.
it will. Oh, it's gonna be there for.
I
But
mean,
we
even
also
Jedi
have-
Order and Survivor, right? You can play it anytime. But
Oh yeah,
you've been playing
yeah,
it,
most
so
definitely.
you want to stay on that, finish it, keep it
Well,
fresh
and
in your mind.
that's just it. I want to get it done. But the other thing too is we got Forza Motorsport coming. Oh.
Yeah.
Have a good night, Joe Maz. Yeah, I'm gonna get us out of here. So make sure, by the way, that so Rock says I thought the move was January. Well, no. I mean, it just everything is kind of dwindling out on the YouTube side. So Rock, come on up to Rumble. I think considering the conversation you guys have been having down there, I think you'll be just fine up there in Rumble. So complainers, guys, Perry and company, don't forget, we're working on getting you guys on. I'm thinking we're going to have your boy Roy on the 17th. So if you guys are available on the 24th, I think that's the time we talked about. So surprise, motherfucker. Yeah, thank you again, Hemp, for subscribing, man. That was a surprise. It was an awesome surprise. You rock. And don't tell Silver, but I'm gonna subscribe to his channel tomorrow. You can't just come in here and drop that on us, make me cry on the stream, and then not expect me to come back and support you. So there will be support there. And thank everybody, all of you guys who have subscribed to us, Lumpy and Rick and Back and Geek, Nick and Hemp. You guys don't understand what that does to help us. It's not just, the reason that we didn't start talking about subscribers is because the money part's not important to us. It's not about that. It's about building the community. It's about building friendships and relationships with you guys all in the chat, being part of the family. But those who take that extra to do that and to subscribe or to join our locals, the Rumble rants and all that stuff, know that 100% of that goes right back into the channel, always, and is always going to be used to make this better, for everything, to make sure that you guys get our best all the time. And it really does. We can it helps us to get an Alan Wake so that we can stream Alan Wake for you guys, so we can do more of those things, so that we can look better, we can sound better, we can everything goes back into the channel. So just so you know. And thank you. Keep being fab, Jamaz says. Thank you. Night, y'all, and do say a prayer. Always pray.
Back. Always happy to support my brothers. And Back's been with us for a long time, and he's on
long
Rumble.
time.
So go click on Back from the Dead and join his Rumble.
Yes.
He loves to stream. Definitely, he's a big time gamer. So.
And he's done a lot of great stuff with mental health lately. So, all right. Chris, Peter's not here, so it's up to you.
To get us out.
No, Dread.
Oh, hold on. Probably one of our last super chats from YouTube, Mr. Dreadpool, our good brother. $2 super chat says last supper chat for YouTube for now. Great times. Thank you, Dreadpool.
Well, we'll see you up top. We'll see up in Rumble, Dread. And of course, Dread's a regular on our show when he's available. So you'll see him. You actually do see him in our placeholder trailer that we use for the show. So he is a part of NLG in that way. So Dread with the supper chat. All right, so great show, Chris. Unfortunately, Peter had to drop out, but he'll be back Friday helping us out with some multiplayer. I will be back on Thursday to finish off Jedi Survivor, and then we'll be back. He said he could do October 17th, if not, maybe early November. Let's shoot for early November. And I'll stay in touch with you guys. Just because we're not doing content on YouTube anymore does not mean that Chris and I won't, and Peter won't be around. We'll be in your chats. We will be, we're not stopping supporting you guys. And as you guys decide, if, game complainers, if you guys have an inkling to come up and join the Rumble gaming community, let me know. I will help. You can dual stream. We're doing it now, so it can be done, and I do know that StreamYard does it, Streamlabs does it, regular OBS does it, and I'm happy to help. So Chris, we'll see everybody at least next Tuesday for another NLG show, and we will get to the games ahead. So we'll start talking about 2024 and all the stuff coming up. On the 17th, ya boy Roy will be here. Another Rumble streamer who's followed us to Rumble, set up a channel. He's ready to go. He's been streaming some good stuff. He was streaming Lies of P, another game I got to get into. So we'll have him on the 17th. We'll have the Game Complainers on in early November. We're going to line up Pudge. We're going to line up Fuse. We're going to line up Hemp. We're going to line up... I'd love to get Sister Shan on. I want to line up UB Legend. Let's get some people on and let's talk games. Guys, let's talk games. Thank you so much. We'll see you later. I'll go ahead. And Star Wars. More Star Wars.
Yes.
I will see you on Thursday. The three of us might see you on Friday. Hopefully, Chris. You know what? Sunday night. We'll see you Sunday night as well for from Fall Guys with Katrina Thick. And then we'll see you next Tuesday night. Yes, let's do it. We'll see you next. Oh, good. I got you covered, Game Complainers. Seriously, if you guys have any inkling, and now would be a good time, come up and rumble up. Guys, get some gaming in. Pick up a controller. We'll see you next time. Love you all.
Adios, gamers.
Serious.
Thank you. Yeah, this was fun. Real fun Rumble chat.
Goodbye, YouTube.
Folks, so.
We love our YouTube family, but to YouTube itself.
Yeah, YouTube itself.
Goodbye, guys. Play on, gamers. See you next time.